Welcome to the Bronx.
I am a tournament winner. I am a finalist. This is what I do. Not because I want to, but because it's the way it's supposed to be.
Every time I've been at this promotion, I can't keep coming back here and losing. Something has to change. Something has to change right now. I need that title. And I'm not losing.
You are not getting past me. You're not getting to the Fatal 4-Way because I'm going to become Grand Champion.
Every 2 steps I take, every blood, sweat, and tear I take forward, 6 steps back comes knocking. I've beaten the best, and I've been in the ring with some of the greatest ever.
Everyone in 2022 is entitled to their own opinion. Don't sit here and act like you forgot who the f*** I am, because we taking things to my neck of the woods. The boogie down Bronx. So if you don't make dollars, you don't make sense.
I'm buff, I'm the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough.
Killian McMurphy
Is going to be in the tournament for the Grand Championship. Fuck that is out.
I know exactly who I am. I am big game Lee One. Unlike everybody else in this tournament, I've actually been in Invictus since day 1. Because this is my game. And they're all just playing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bronxlandia for the first time ever. We are here in this historic venue in the middle of the South Bronx, right here in Hunts Point. This ain't HBO, ladies and gentlemen. This is IWTV, and this is the Invictus Unconquered Cup. I'm the voice of a generation, Pete Rosado, alongside Alphonse Stevens, but we've got no time to give you the runaround. Let's go straight to Ryan Peterson in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is the first round matchup in the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament.
Starting off early, Al. Starting off early.
Yes, we are. Grand decided today, and judging by that music, we know who this is.
Got to be the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. Going for what will be his 22nd championship, Alphonse, and this is the man who won the most prestigious tournament in all the Northeast, the ECWA Super 8.
And I was just about to say, Darius Carter, of course, no stranger to tournaments. And there he is, the man himself.
And you see the medal hanging around his neck, the ECWA Super 8 tournament victor.
Residing in New Canaan, Connecticut, weighing in at 206 pounds, he is the 2022 ECWA Super 8 winner. He is wrestling's richest prize and the All-Father, Mr. Darius Carter.
And after tonight, Alphonse, he may be Invictus's richest prize if he's able to run the gauntlet and become the first ever Invictus Grand Champion.
And of course, Darius Carter, somebody you and I know very, very well. And you know what I'm about to say. Those underhanded tactics are probably going to come into play today.
Probably.
Most likely.
Money bet they're going to come into play today. They've come into play in every single one of Darius Carter's major victories, including last night at Warriors of Wrestling, where he defended his Warriors of Wrestling heavyweight championship against none other than Tessa Blanchard. And now here today, kicking off the show, not just any first-round match, the first round match, Darius Carter, again, going for that 22nd championship in his illustrious career. And don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen, it is an illustrious career. Just because you ain't seen him all around the world just yet doesn't mean that it ain't gonna happen, because soon enough, no one will be able to ignore Mr. Darius Carter.
I agree with everything you just said, Pete. But his opponent today in his first round, no slouch either. We can't discount Hunter Flight, Gabe Sky.
You gotta wonder though if that record of Gabe is gonna come into play here.
Yet to win a match Invictus.
How to get into the tournament, one's got to wonder. Yet to win a match, a 0 in the win column for Gabe Scott.
But impressive showings each and every time he has stepped in an Invictus ring. Of course, last time we saw Gabe Scott here at Invictus, he took Speedball Mike Bailey to the limit. While Speedball was the Impact champion.
His opponent, hailing from New York City, weighing in at 185 pounds, this is Strong Spirit Gabriel Sky.
And it's going to take a lot more than just a strong spirit to overcome Darius Carter in this first round matchup. And you got to think Gabe Sky did not get the luck of the draw with this one.
Not at all.
First round against, of all people, Darius Carter.
For the rest of the field for the tournament, we got Big Game Leroy in the tournament, Cashflow Ken Broadway's in the tournament. A lot of big names here in this tournament.
But only one of them will walk away the Invictus Grand Champion here at Bronxlandia tonight.
That is very true. The winner of this match has got to have an advantage because you're in the opening match, Pete. You think that the winner of this match will get to sit back and watch the rest of the first round matches with the longest recovery time. Of course, other first round matches we have here today at Bronxlandia. Cashflow Ken Broadway goes up against Killian McMurphy, who's going to be accompanied by Big Dust. TJ Crawford versus Rob Martyr. And Big Game Leroy versus a mystery opponent who, according to our format sheet, we don't even know who he is yet.
Don't know who that mystery opponent will be, but we do know the final round of this tournament will be a four-way matchup. It will not be a second round with singles matches. No, the four winners of the first round will go on to a four-way match. One fall to the finish to determine the Invictus Grand Champion.
Bell sounds, and let's not forget, a Bronx street fight for the Invictus Tag Team Championships. Fight or die against Milk Chocolate.
Well, it's a New York street fight, a little bit different from a Bronx street fight. Little less rough around the edges. Here in the Bronx, when you got a street fight, someone might get hit with a mouth bottle across the head. You never know.
That's true. And there we go, the wrestling acumen on display early between Gabe Sky and Darius Carter.
We will see incredible action from the women's division of Invictus Wrestling here tonight, as Clara Carreras will go one-on-one against Shay McCoy, as well as a huge match with the Climb for the Clout briefcase winner, PJ Savage, going one-on-one against Bronx native himself, Lucas Chase.
All bangers today, brought to you by Invictus Pro Wrestling, and you can join the conversation, hashtag Unconquered Cup. Talk to us and let us know what you think.
And again, this first round matchup, Strong Spirit Gabe Sky one-on-one against the All-Father Darius Carter. Only one of these two men can advance to the four-way final match for the Invictus Grand Championship. What a way it would be for Gabe Sky to get his first win at Invictus to make it to the finals of the Grand Championship tournament.
I think the biggest underdog in this tournament record-wise is Gabriel Sky. However, what a showing it would be if he gets his first two wins to become the Invictus Grand Champion.
Now, while all of these matches in the first round, absolute incredible pairings. I mean, granted, we don't know who Big Game Leroy is going to go up against, but I got to say that matchup against TJ Crawford and Robert Martyr, that one is going to be a technical masterpiece in the ring.
Not to mention, that could be a main event anywhere. But we've got it for you in a tournament match here at Invictus, giving the people what they want.
You know, we have seen the crowning of tag team champions here at Invictus. You and I were on the call for the tag team championship crowning here at Invictus. We have seen a social media champion been crowned here at Invictus. We've seen the women's champion been crowned here at Invictus. And now the fourth championship making its debut, the Grand Championship here at Invictus. Cover off of a submission by Carter, roll-up, reversal by Sky, only a one.
And to my knowledge, Pete, this is the first time that Gabriel Sky and Darius Carter are wrestling each other in any type of competition.
Interesting that you say that, because these two men have been in a lot of the same locker rooms, have crossed paths a lot of times. And for this to be the first time they're fighting, very interesting, especially in this historic venue, Bronxlandia.
First time ever. Gabriel Sky, the key for Gabriel Sky, he's got to use his agility and his flight skills in order to throw off Darius Carter. Of course, if you keep the match where it is now on the ground, Darius Carter will beat you in one of so many ways.
And you see it right there. Darius targeting the elbow, targeting the ligaments, targeting the joints of Gabriel Sky. Listen, I know Gabe prides himself on being a multifaceted wrestler. He doesn't want to just be known as the guy who flies and the guy who does all these things. He wants to be known as a wrestler who can do it all, strong striker, all of these things. But at the end of the day, you gotta go with the weaknesses of your opponent, not just what you want to do. And like you said, the biggest weakness that he can exploit on Darius is being faster, more agile, and more likely to come off the top rope with innovative offense.
And again, this match, if it goes to the mat, Darius Carter has the biggest advantage. Also, when it comes to strikes, as we just saw, Darius Carter can punish you too.
Yes, and that's no disrespect to Gabe Sky, but you have a point there. The advantage in the ground when you go to a technical match is going to be Darius Carter. There's no doubt about that. I mean, when you talk about great technical submissions, old school type wrestlers, Darius Carter is in that conversation, along with some of the best of them, including the Lord himself, William Regal.
That is correct. Now we see Gabriel Sky in control after a series of arm drags. Wait a minute. Darius Carter quickly trying to regain a controlling position. I was talking about. Nice flying head scissors by Neil.
Gotta keep on him. Look at that. He's keeping Darius off kilter. Cover here by Gabe Sky to move on to the second round. Kick out at 2 by Darius. That's what he's got to do. He's got to be on top of Darius. Got to keep him off kilter. If Darius has control of the match, Gabe Sky's at a serious disadvantage.
And Gabe Sky using some questionable tactics of his own. I've never seen him put a boot to the throat.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is the tournament for the Invictus Grand Championship. You gotta think at this point, things kind of go out the window. You're gonna do whatever you can do to win, including that huge basement drop kick to the side of the face of Darius Carter.
And not to mention, there probably will be many champions in the title's lineage, but there can only be one first champion. Darius Carter telegraphed that time. Oh, and did you see what he just did?
Went right for that knee.
He went low.
But in doing that, he takes away the agility game. He takes away the Sky game. It's hard for you to climb the ropes, jump, flip, and roll when you have a bum wheel.
And now look, he's got those legs around the ring post, and he might be going for the figure 4 around the ring post.
Doesn't have a lot of space there.
Oh, and a kick. Oh, my goodness.
Right to the back of the knee, and that is where the smallest part of those tendons are, those ligaments. That's the area in which they snap. They don't snap in the front. Nope. They snap in the back. That is where they are the weakest, because that is where they are being pulled the most.
The way Gabe Sky trying to get some kicks on the knee, but Darius Carter one step ahead. And again, like I said, this match is now back on the mat, a place where Gabriel Sky does not want to be. Oh, and look at the torque on that angle. Oh, my goodness.
Your legs are not supposed to bend that way, Alphonse.
No, they are not.
Bending him like a literal pretzel. He's got the sole of his foot touching his shoulder.
Oh, my goodness. The pain Gabriel
Look at that right there. His toes are only almost touching the top of his shoulder blade, Alphonse. That could rip his entire knee in half. This could land Gabriel Sky on the IL and have him out for almost a year. If he snaps a ligament in that knee, Gabe Sky could lose a year off of his career, and Darius Carter wouldn't care one bit because it means he'd move on to the next round.
Oh, but Gabe Sky firing away with chops. As you see, he's favoring that leg, limping around, but still effectively chopping Darius Carter until Darius cuts him off with an uppercut. Gabriel Sky looking like a wounded animal, just doing anything to try to defend himself.
And listen, I know I said that when it comes to these tournament structures, you got to do whatever you can to win, whatever you can to live to the next day, to the next round, to get where you need to get. But that is going a little bit too far, in my opinion. Almost purposefully injuring a man to the extent that you could take a year or more off of his career. That's going too far.
And Gabriel Sky.
But then again, I wonder if the words too far even exist in the dictionary of Darius Carter.
And those words do not. Darius Carter is a by any means necessary type of guy, Pete. We've known him for far too long. And here's Darius Carter not endearing himself to the faithful here in Bronxlandia.
Where in the world has Darius Carter ever endeared himself to anyone? Where?
Nowhere. And Gabriel Sky now trying to create some separation with those uppercuts.
You can take the most vile people of all of history, and they'd probably look at Darius Carter and be like, I don't like you.
That's true. I don't think Darius Carter has a single fan other than himself.
I think Darius Carter might even tell you, I don't like myself either.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Darius Carter, 0 fans, and he wants it that way.
And look at, it's like he's toying with Gabriel Sky, when he pretty much could just probably end the match and be okay.
For Darius Carter, the win is never enough. It's all about making a statement. And you have to think everybody else that's in that first round is in that locker room right now watching this match. And Darius Carter knows it. Darius Carter is putting on a clinic not just for the fans out here in Bronxlandia, but also for every wrestler in the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament, letting them know, when you step into the ring with me, this is what awaits you.
Yep. I could not agree more. Wait, Gabe Sky trying to mount some offense here, and he does.
Surprised he's able to still stand on that knee, all the damage that it took, the adrenaline pumping through his body, and he's going to need to work fast, because you know how fast it can wear off, and once it does, he may not be able to continue with this offense. Cover here with the bridge, too!
Only a 2. Wait a minute. Gabriel Sky holding on.
Darius tried to reverse it already. You see the knee buckling on Gabe, but he gets him over for that huge Falcon Arrow. Cover 2, this may be it!
And only a 2 count. And if Gabriel Sky might have had a more effective cover as we see the replay here.
He gets him over here, this beautiful bridge suplex. Gets the 2 count. Darius tries to hook him for a reversal, but Gabe able to get Darius up. You see that slight buckle there in that knee, though.
I saw.
Huge Falcon Arrow. And again, only got a 2 count.
Oh, wait a minute. And Gabe Sky outside of the ring now. Getting up quickly, the adrenaline carrying him through. Darius Carter takes a gut shot. And Gabriel Sky, here comes the flight game, Pete. Gabriel Sky going up to the top. And he got met on the way down with a boot.
2! And a kick out by Darius, and I expected for this to be over. He kicked Gabriel Sky's head off to the other side of the Bruckner Expressway.
As we see another view here on the replay, Gabriel Sky thought that he finally found his opening, going up to the top. Boom! Only to meet a boot on the way down.
That is what you call a boom shot. Darius Carter, you see that look in his eyes. It is time to finish this, that predatory look in the eyes of Darius Carter. I've seen that look on only one person before, and it's Scar, right before he killed Mufasa.
Oh, wait a minute. Darius Carter going for his patented move. Wait, Gabe Sky, pinning combination.
This may be it. 2. Kick out again by Carter. Oh, kicked his head straight off. Carter doesn't know where he is right now.
What a suplex.
Cover!
Only 2. Look, Gabe Sky held on. He's got a cattle mutilation.
Cattle mutilation, submission applied. Will Darius tap? Darius rolling it over.
Only a 2 count. Darius Carter probably caught off guard with this offense from Gabriel Sky.
And again, that European uppercut that Darius uses to disorient his opponents.
Oh, what a slap. Gabriel Sky firing back every time.
These open hand slaps across the face and chest back and forth.
Jumping knee. Wait, Carter.
Royal sweep.
That's gotta be it.
Sweep. Cover by Carter. 2, 3.
That's gotta be it. That's it.
Is your winner, Darius Carter.
And Darius Carter moves on to the finals of the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament. Gabe Sky once again unable to secure a victory here at Invictus. And you've got to wonder how that affects the mindset of Gabe Sky. He has had some great showings against some fantastic opponents, but cannot get a victory.
At some point, Pete, it's going to take more than a fighting spirit or a strong spirit to be successful in wrestling. And Gabriel Sky, another valiant effort, nothing to be ashamed of. But Darius Carter was just the better man on this day.
And Darius Carter now the first entrant into the Final Four for the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament. We now know that he is in there, along with the remaining 3 we have yet to figure out here tonight. It's going to be either Robert Martyr or TJ Crawford, Ken Broadway or Killian McMurphy.
Or the mystery man or big game Leroy.
That's right.
Any guesses to who the mystery man is? I definitely don't know.
I mean, could be you.
It's definitely not me. My days in the ring are done. But Darius Carter, your winner, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to advance to the championship 4-way. Not to mention, we still got the New York street fight between Milk Chocolate and Fight or Die for the tag titles.
Incredible action up and down the show, not just the Grand Championship Tournament. This capacity crowd here at Bronxlandia showing love to Gabe Sky.
And to my knowledge, this is the first time wrestling has been in this venue.
In this venue, yes. Wrestling coming back to the Bronx in a big way last week. We Are Wrestling presented Welcome to the Bronx, the first professional wrestling event in the borough of the Bronx in close to 4 years. And just 1 week later, Invictus presenting its Grand Championship Tournament as well. You got to think professional wrestling live and growing here in the Bronx.
Second first round matchup in the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament, and it is scheduled for 1 fall.
Oh, good Lord, it's Big Dust.
Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by his best friend and manager, Mr. PWI 500, Big Dust. Hailing from Patches Patch, Kansas State, weighing in at 200 pounds, PNC Shamrock shooter, Killian Big Murphy.
And you gotta look at this one as an uneven playing ground for Ken Broadway, because Broadway's gonna come out here by himself, but Killian never alone, always coming out with his bestest friend, Big Dust.
Well, Killian McMurphy is a member of Big Dust Goons, who we saw not that long ago. You think Big Dust is a used car salesman? Because he sure is slimy like one.
This is very true. I feel like Dust would fit in perfectly in, like, you know, late 80s the Bronx.
I think so.
Dust smiles too much for me.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Trust a person who smiles that much.
Especially for no reasons.
Cash flow, RSC, cash flow.
And in what you think has to be an emotional moment for Ken Broadway, wrestling in the home borough of his longtime friend and tag team partner, Matt Travis. Rest in peace, Matty. But Broadway, here in Matt's home borough, the place that he grew up, now wrestling for a chance to become the Invictus Grand Champion.
I agree. A lot of pressure on Ken Broadway.
And you know that if Matt Travis were still with us here today, Matt would have walked out on this stage with Broadway. Matty would have loved nothing more than to be walking down that aisle with Ken Broadway here today in the Bronx. Hell, Matty would have been in this tournament probably.
More than likely. I don't know if you saw it, but there's a MBK knee pad on the knee of Ken Broadway. Of course, murdered by kicks is what Matt Travis was known by. This is the second of 4 first-round matches in this tournament to crown the first ever Grand Champion. Darius Carter already advanced. For those of you just tuning in, he defeated Gabriel Sky. We've got Ken Broadway against Killian McMurphy. Still to come, we've got Big Game Leroy versus the Mystery Man and Rob Martyr versus TJ Crawford. A strong field to crown a Grand Champion. Killian McMurphy sure is confident.
I mean, it's one match to the finals, and it only takes 3 seconds to pin your opponent's shoulders to the mat.
That is true. The bell has sounded. What Ken Broadway does not want to happen is this match going to the mat. Of course, they call Killian McMurphy the Shamrock Shooter for good reason. He's tapped many people out in his day.
But the one thing that we can really say about Broadway can wrestle a variety of styles. While Broadway is a hard hitter, we have seen Broadway go in there against technicians. We've seen Broadway go in there against high flyers. Broadway's done it all. And I'm going to tell you right now, all the fun and games is going to come to an end once Broadway lands one stiff strike on the Killian McMurphy, because there is nothing that'll wake you up faster than a shot by Ken Broadway.
That's very true.
And again, you got to think Ken Broadway, the emotional favorite here in the Bronx.
But those emotions could get the best of him. We've seen plenty of times, Pete, what emotions can do to a man in a wrestling match. Ken Broadway with some showmanship here. Oh, what a chop.
There's that shot that I told you about.
That'll wake a sleeping man up.
That'll wake a dead man up. Flying back elbow by Broadway there. And cover by Broadway and only a 1 count. No, ladies and gentlemen, on IWTV, you don't have to adjust your sound settings. That was just a scream of dust.
Yep, that it was. There we go, a big pickup and a slam. Ken Broadway with a moonsault.
Beautifully executed by Broadway. Only a 2 count though. Broadway quick covers in this one. We've seen more covers in the first 2 minutes of this match than we saw in the first 5-6 minutes of Carter and Sky.
Well, Ken Broadway trying to get this one over with quickly. Because like I said, as time goes on, Darius Carter's going to be the freshest man in that 4-way because he wrestled first. And these guys, they don't get paid by the hour. Oh, and Killian McMurphy, what a shot. Taking down Ken Broadway.
McMurphy, I think the ref thought he might have been going for a cover there, but McMurphy just looking to lay some shots in.
Add insult to injury. Big dust. Dust. Oh my goodness, I get repulsed every time I gotta see it.
How the hell did he make the PWI top 500 list?
As number 500.
As number 5, I mean, he should probably be number 1,000, not 500.
He shouldn't even be ranked.
I gotta have a talk with those people over at PWI.
Well, I'm sure Mike Johnson would love to have a conversation with you as Killian McMurphy applies some pressure to that shoulder of Ken Broadway.
Though, we love everybody over at PWI here at Invictus.
And you can hear the faithful here in Bronxlandia. They are firmly behind Ken Broadway, but that shoulder is behind the ring post there. And that's enough to cause a separation of some sort.
And that might be the opening that McMurphy needs, but this is my issue right here. This is a tournament match. You want to get it done as fast as possible, and what are we seeing here? Killian McMurphy playing to the crowd, lollygagging around the ring. He should be keeping the offense on Broadway, keeping the attack on in order to make sure he gets the victory.
Agreed. And look at Big Dust. Killian McMurphy has ref Crystal's attention, and Big Dust using those moments to choke Ken Broadway in the corner.
I mentioned this when they walked out. This is effectively going to be a 2-on-1 match because Dust on the outside, you know he's going to get involved. There's not been a match that Killian McMurphy has been in here at Invictus Wrestling where Big Dust has not found a way to get involved.
Oh, and Ken Broadway was waiting for Killian McMurphy to charge in that time. He got him with a boot. Now a pinning combination. Ken Broadway, the strike to Ken Broadway.
One-arm powerbomb by Broadway.
But you see he's favoring that shoulder that Killian McMurphy focused on earlier in the match. Swing and a miss by McMurphy. Ken Broadway. Oh, he crushed him. Kick to the back of the head.
I guess that's one way to put it out. Backstabber again, using the turnbuckles as leverage there. Covered by Broadway here. Looks like 1, 2.
And only a 2.
McMurphy getting the ropes.
As you can see on the replay.
Look at that there, that straight shot to the back of the neck, followed by that backstabber.
And here we go.
And you got to think Broadway should have probably pulled McMurphy a little bit further away from those ropes.
He should have. Ring positioning is everything.
Murphy down with a shot off that knee. Cover. 1, 2.
Only a 2 count.
McMurphy kicking out once again. Again, one of these 2 individuals will be the second entrant into the Final 4 for the chance to face off for the Invictus Grand Championship. Oh, beautiful suplex by McMurphy. Cover 2.
But it will not be enough. Killian McMurphy looks surprised, and you know, if Killian McMurphy goes on to win this whole thing, and this is a big,
we will never hear the end of it.
No, not from Big Dust.
Never.
As Killian McMurphy now stalking his prey, and Ken Broadway is trying to get a sleeper hold on him, or a chicken wing. A chicken wing would be more appropriate knowing Big Dust diet. And Ken Broadway fighting. Got to that tower. No. McMurphy pulled him back.
Only the fingertips was not able. Now Dust pulling the rope back.
A meeting of the minds between Dust and McMurphy.
Not the kind that they want. Oh, beautiful.
The power.
Suplex by Broadway. Cover 2 and a 3.
And cash flow Ken Broadway.
Here is your winner, Cash Flow Ken Broadway.
That beautiful suspension suplex by Broadway. Killian tried to block the first one, so Broadway repositioned and went again. You see here, Killian was going for that submission victory with the chicken wing with some help from Big Dust. Now look at this here. Broadway catches him, goes for the suplex. Murphy blocking it, but McMurphy not able to block the second one. The suspension of that suplex. The power of Broadway takes him to the final round of the Invictus Grand Championship tournament.
And I don't know if you noticed, but Ken Broadway, that suplex had Killian McMurphy's legs landing in the ropes, and he shifted him out of it. So Ken Broadway and Darius Carter, who are going to be the final two? It's either going to be TJ Crawford or Robert Martyr, and Leroy or the mystery man.
And this mystery opponent is really the big question mark. I mean, not, no pun intended, the big question mark, but we got to know who this person's going to be because, I mean, Leroy himself is at a disadvantage.
All right, Bronx, New York, you guys having a good time so far today?
Oh, my DoorDash is here. They finally brought my bacon, egg, and cheese. You can't have a show in the Bronx and not have a bacon, egg, and cheese.
I'm still waiting on the empanadas.
Invictus Grand Championship Tournament, and it is scheduled for one fall.
And we're about
hailing from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 170 pounds. He is the Silver Sniper, TJ Crawford.
TJ Crawford making his big return back to professional wrestling less than a couple of months ago from that catastrophic knee injury. Was supposed to keep him out over a year, came back early, and has been coming back for everything that he was on the road to getting before that knee injury sidelined him. And that looks like it's going to include the Invictus Grand Championship, because this match, this is going to now fill up the third spot in the field. We already know Carter's in, we know Broadway's in. Will it be Crawford or will it be Robert Martyr as the third man into the finals?
And you can see his opponent, hailing from the Forgotten State, weighing in at 180 pounds. He is the Stray Dog, Robert Martyr.
And this is going to be a technical masterpiece between these two, Martyr
And Crawford.
And they are starting fast and furious.
Oh, but you see TJ Crawford using a bit of trickery. And Robert Martyr's been on a roll as of late.
Robert Martyr covered here by Crawford.
One man coming off of an injury, and the other man is on a momentous roll.
But I would say that even though Crawford coming off of injury, Crawford's back on a roll himself. Like I said, Crawford, I spoke to him 2 weeks ago, and Crawford told me, my motivation now that I'm back is I'm coming back for every spot that I lost. I'm coming back for everything that I was going to get right before my momentum got derailed. Whether that was title shots, whether that was positioning, whether that was big matches I didn't get a chance to get. I'm coming back for all of it. Covered by Martyr here.
Only a 2 count. Both of these guys have tremendous chips on their shoulders, or at least they feel like it if they don't. As we see the replay here.
Crawford went in, Martyr up and over there. And Martyr set him up for a beautiful, beautiful Falcon's Arrow. Cover again by Martyr, but only a 1 count this time.
Robert Martyr jaw-jacking with the official Nick Shinton. Look at this.
Never a good thing to jaw-jack with the official.
No. And now Robert Martyr, we've seen a change of attitude of Robert Martyr as of late. Uses some questionable tactics, and of course, Martyr, just like Darius Carter, a talented wrestler who should not have to resort to such tactics.
Covered by Martyr again and a 2 count.
Robert Martyr taking his time. He should stay on TJ Crawford. And of course, that catastrophic knee injury that that TJ Crawford had, you would think that would be a bullseye, wouldn't it?
It most definitely should be for Martyr, and I'm not going to deny that Martyr's probably going to go for it at some point. You know he has to. You know he has a lot of tape study on TJ Crawford.
And notice, Pete, these two started out fast like a house of fire, and the pace has slowed down tremendously.
But this is the pace both of them operate the best at. This is where they like to be. Oh, beautiful side slam by Martyr. Cover again by Martyr. But again, only a 2 count. Martyr, I think we've got 4 or 5 pin attempts already.
That is correct. Robert Martyr taking his time here. Oh, just toying around with TJ Crawford as if he forgot who TJ Crawford was. Oh, and a chop. Sounded like a gunshot. Now these two exchanging strikes here. Robert Martyr again taking his time. TJ Crawford in the corner trying to recover. Here we go with suplex. Great execution. Didn't go for a pin, however. Small leg drop to try to add injury to insult.
Cover again by Martyr. Crawford, this is definitely not what Crawford expected out of this first round matchup. He has been on his heels since the very beginning.
Yep. Well, he is the prey coming into this matchup because, again, we don't know how. You said he came back early from that injury, so.
Came back early. He's had some incredible matchups since coming back.
He's walking wounded.
Around by Crawford, kick to the gut here. Crawford finally getting some momentum here. But will the relentless assault of Martyr have taken too much out of Crawford?
That's the big question.
Crawford definitely using his power advantage here. Beautiful elbow drop covered by Crawford. A 2 count and a kick out by Martyr.
And you can see the look on the face of TJ Crawford. Up, holding that knee.
Readjusting that knee pad there. And you see some of his offense utilizes that knee. Not afraid to go back to that knee that was injured. I mean, great that he has that confidence, but the question has to become, at what point do you worry that that knee's going to become weakened?
And now a kick that just took Robert Martyr off his knees and down to the canvas. And another.
And what's interesting is that Martyr seems to like this kind of punishment. Martyr seems to like receiving this punishment. It's almost what takes Martyr to a whole nother level.
And you could, up, a swing and a miss.
Covered by Martyr, but only a 2. Oh! I think Martyr's tooth just flew all the way to the Major Deegan Expressway.
Here we go.
Powerbomb by Martyr, cover here to go to the second round. Kick out, but right into a submission. Went right into a submission after Crawford kicked out.
Crawford, wait. Oh, he's wrenching. You can see the shoulder being hyperextended.
He started with a face lock, switched it over. Now Crawford rolling into a pin reversal. We said these two would be having a technical masterpiece of a match. We hadn't seen it yet, but that right there, just a glimpse of how adept these two men are when it comes. Oh!
With a cutter. TJ Crawford feeling it now. What an innovative maneuver.
Cover 2.
And not enough to put Rob Martyr down.
That bottom rope stunner by Crawford. Set to stun is what he calls it. Definitely stunned Martyr. I thought with this DDT, this almost crossroads-like DDT, that he was going to win the match.
Oh, wait a minute, back to live action. Rob Martyr, I think, attempted a monkey flip. Got reversed. Oh my goodness, a DDT!
Almost planted him right on his head like a brain buster. 2 count only. You know, if you're just tuning in, we've already filled up 50% of the final round. Remember, the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament will culminate in a 4-way match for the title. Right now, we know that Darius Carter and Ken Broadway are already in that tournament. These two men, Robert Martyr and TJ Crawford, fighting for the 3rd spot.
With only one more entrant left to be determined after this match. And like I said, there'll be many grand champions in the title's lineage, but there can only be one first-time champion.
We'll decide who that person will be here tonight in Bronxlandia, the first time ever in this historic venue in the Hunts Point section of the South Bronx that professional wrestling has ever graced its halls.
Rob Martyr and TJ Crawford exchanging heavy strikes here.
These two brawling right here in the middle of the ring.
Oh, that last kick almost took Robert Martyr's head off.
Martyr follows up with a vicious forearm shot, and Crawford with one of his own across the jaw.
Wait.
Martyr went for another one. Crawford cut him off.
Wheel back. Oh, wait. Pinning combination. Only a 2 count that time.
Martyr brings that high knee up. And now what does Martyr have planned? Martyr went for something, but whatever it was, Crawford reversed into a high kick.
Oh my goodness, that could be all.
Covered by Crawford to go to the finals. And that is all.
TJ Crawford.
Your winner, TJ Crawford.
Look at this here, back on the replay on IWTV. Martyr went for something. We will never know what that something is. Crawford intercepts him with a kick to the head, and then this beautiful brain buster type shoulder breaker leads to a 3 count.
And TJ Crawford's knee caught Robert Martyr's head on the way down.
And TJ Crawford said he was coming for everything he was owed. And that might include the Invictus Grand Championship, because now TJ Crawford is in the Final 4. Darius Carter, Ken Broadway, and TJ Crawford. And ladies and gentlemen, live on IWTV, I can now announce who the mystery opponent for Anthony for Big Game Leroy will be. It will be Anthony Gamble, Mr. Paid in Full himself. He actually won a pre-show match here today, and by the virtue of Alex Aceta and the management team here at Invictus, they have given him the final spot in the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament. What a moment it must be for Anthony Gamble here tonight.
That's right, Pete. Anthony Gamble winning a match for the live crowd before we went on the air this afternoon. And by winning that match, he's been put in the tournament. But that begs to differ. If Anthony Gamble should win that match, he's going to be at a big disadvantage wrestling 2 matches as opposed to everybody else wrestling 1. But nonetheless, this man, TJ Crawford, will compete in the 4-way for the Grand Championship. Of course, Robert Martin, nothing to be ashamed of, a valiant effort, but TJ Crawford advances. And still to come, Women's Championship action. We've got a street fight for the tag titles, all here live in the Bronx.
As well as a huge match with Bronx native Lucas Shade one-on-one against a climb for the clout briefcase holder, P.J. Savage. And conspicuous by his absence, looks like he made good on his word. We have not seen not one trace of Jay Bougie here at Invictus today. Jay Bougie said he would never come back to Invictus. He would never, ever be a part of what he called this, well, for lack of a better word, turn company. And, you know, I almost think it's nicer because of it. We haven't seen Jay Bougie all day.
Do you smell that, Pete? There's less arrogance in the air this afternoon.
Listen, we're in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. I grew up here. Doesn't always smell good. Smells a little bit better today because everything's not bougie.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the final first round matchup in the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament, and it is scheduled for one fall.
The all-familiar music of Big Game Leroy.
Big Game Leroy, who was the first ever
To be seen first,
Invictus social media champion.
New York City, weighing in at 175 pounds, this is Big Game Leroy.
And as I said before Ryan Peterson went forward with the introduction, Big Game Leroy was the first champion here at Invictus Pro Wrestling, the social media champion here at Invictus. He held the first title ever to be brought to Invictus. And now, after holding that title for a year, he looks to become, for the second time, the first time ever, Invictus Grand Champion.
Like you said, Big Game Leroy has already been a first-time champion. Can he do it twice?
His opponent, hailing from the South Bronx, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is paid in full, Anthony Gamble.
And as you said, Alphonse, Anthony Gamble will now be wrestling his second.
Wait a minute! Somebody just jumped out of the crowd and attacked Anthony Gamble. Who is that? Can we get some security? The man's got a ski mask on.
You took Anthony Gamble into the guardrails. Oh, it looks like I spoke way too soon, Al.
Well, it's Jay Bougie. Would you look at that?
I thought he wasn't coming back.
And there's Alex, the owner of Invictus, arguing with Jay Bougie.
I thought Bougie was never coming back to Invictus. I thought he never wanted to be here. Shayla's here. Look, Shayla's here. He's got the whole crew here.
Unbelievable. So I guess.
No, come on. This is not happening. No. You think you can just come into my ring, you think you can come into my company, disrespect me the way you did last time?
Disrespect me! You disrespect me every single time! So now this is mine! Bring his ass out of here! It's mine!
Dirty, get out here. Get his ass out of here.
They're calling to get Jay Bougie out of here. I guess we're gonna have some security escort this man off the premises.
But is Gamble going to be able to compete in this matchup?
But why would he attack Anthony Gamble? For what? I mean, I know they have some history between the two, but I thought that was over.
No. Alex, it's good. It's good. We don't need security. We don't need none of that. He wants to talk all this smack on Twitter. He wants to talk all this smack right now. How about you step in the ring and you try to talk that smack? How about you step in the ring and back it up?
Leroy wants Bougie
for a championship. I'm trying to be the grand champion. I don't want no bye.
This might be foolish on Leroy's part.
You hear that? That's called a reaction, son. So get in this ring and let's fight.
He's going to accept Jay Bougie as the replacement for Anthony Gamble.
But like you said, is it the smart move on Leroy's part? He probably would have been able to get by with a bye.
Tonight. So what you gonna do?
Will Alex sanction the match?
Don't do it, Alex. Don't do it. Kick Bougie out. Get security.
Alex got a hard decision to make on the spot.
If it were me, I wouldn't do it. You come into my company.
Wow, it's official. And look, wait a minute, that's Tahir James. What in the hell is he doing here? Tahir James, of course, for those of you who watch the Intense Wrestling Alliance, he's the leader of Ministry Inc. What in the world? I don't know what's going on here. But Jay Bougie might have just found himself in the fatal four-way later tonight.
Bougie right now still has to pin Leroy, though.
This is not smart. Leroy should have just taken the bye, but too much pride.
You want to talk about pride, though? You got to think about the ego. The ego on the part of Alex.
And the bell is sounded.
Alex could have easily said no. Alex could have called security and kicked Bougie out. But you got to think, Bougie called Alex's punk card, and Alex had a little bit too much ego in that moment. Sometimes it's okay to walk away. Sometimes it's okay to be like, you know what? You can look at me as weak in the moment, but I'm going to win the long game. Bougie got Alex to do exactly what he wanted to do.
Played right into his hand. Jay Bougie, who disrespected this company several months ago. I'll tell you, I don't work for any third company.
Several months ago, a couple of days ago. Wait, listen. Everybody knows that I am the guy behind We Are Wrestling. Everybody knows that. We are great friends with Invictus Pro Wrestling. Bougie tried to put us in the middle of this battle with him and Invictus. We're not having that.
Unbelievable.
Bougie said he was done with Invictus, but obviously not a man of his word. Coming back, couldn't stand by and not be a part of the Grand Championship Tournament. I guarantee you, had Bougie not badmouthed Invictus like he did at the last show, he probably would have been in the field.
I agree. But you know, Bougie likes his shortcuts more than anybody. This is by far a shortcut. He's going for his patented stomp, and wait, Leroy said no.
Leroy, with a little bit of star power, blocking the stomp. Huge clothesline now by Leroy, and another. Went for a third, Bougie ducked. Beautiful swinging suplex there, covered by Big Game Leroy, a 2 count, and Bougie kicks out.
Only a 2 count.
But Al, I want to know, what the hell does Tahir James have to do with Jay Bougie? What's the relationship between these two men?
Those two have never interacted ever, as far as I have been made aware of. And I've been around Tahir James for a long time, and I've known many of his associates. None of them have been Jay Bougie up until today. And wait a minute, Leroy now.
A little high-low action from the Big Game himself.
Wow, did you see the base in which he picked Bougie
Cover
up?
and a 2 count only.
Referee signaling for 2.
Big Game Leroy seconds away from punching that final ticket into the fatal four-way for the Invictus Grand Championship. But now Jay Bougie has found himself in the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this was supposed to be Big Game Leroy versus paid in full Anthony Gamble. Anthony Gamble earned this mystery spot by winning a pre-show match here in front of the live crowd. Alex and Invictus management decided to give Gamble this tournament spot. But Jay Bougie attacked Anthony Gamble on his way to the ring and essentially forced Alex and management to give him the final spot.
And Jay Bougie not even dressed to compete here, but that shouldn't matter because he's got Tahir James and Shayla on the outside. And Jay Bougie.
And you got to wonder where Face is. You know he's got to be somewhere in the building.
Absolutely.
Big brutality. Brutality by Leroy.
But Shayla, she's got the referee's attention.
No one has ever kicked out of the brutality.
Wait, it's Tahir James. He's up on the ring apron. Wait a minute. Oh, and Tahir James, he just got leveled. Oh, the low blow by Bougie. Don't tell me this is how this one is going to end. And now the stomp.
The stomp to Leroy.
Leroy should have taken the bye. He ain't kicking out.
Not like this. Not like this.
And Jay Bougie has advanced.
Your winner, Jay Bougie.
Pete, I feel so disgusted right now.
You see that? Big Game Leroy arguing with Shayla and Tahir James after landing a brutality on Jay Bougie. No one has ever kicked out of Leroy's brutality.
And then the stomp to seal the deal. But what does Tahir James have to gain by linking up with Jay Bougie? That's what I don't understand.
Well, I know what Jay Bougie has to gain. He has now gained a final spot into the fatal four-way finals match for the Invictus Grand Championship.
Well, what's a trip to the Bronx without seeing a mugging? And that's what we just saw. That man right there, Big Game Leroy, got robbed.
And you gotta wonder how Alex and Invictus management are gonna be feeling after this one. Jay Bougie, that much closer to becoming, if Jay Bougie becomes the Invictus Grand Champion, what the hell will happen to Invictus Wrestling?
It'll become a turd company, Pete. Sometimes brains are better than brawn. Sometimes you got to take an advantage and take the out while you can. Leroy could have taken the bye.
And you got to wonder what's going through the mind of Leroy. He could have taken the bye here today. He didn't. Last week in We Are Wrestling, he called out Dan Muff. Is Leroy okay?
Charles Bronson isn't the only one who ever had a death wish, Pete.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, things are going to get a little intense right now because the following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Invictus Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships, and it will be contested in a New York Street Fight.
And it all comes to a culmination, all comes to a head here at Bronxlandia at the Unconquered Cup. As Fight or Die make their entrance.
And what two better men to have in a street fight than the two men that will either fight or die? And that's not just a gimmick, folks. They live up to that.
That is very, very true. Barton and De Niro.
Barton was just in a street fight last week.
That's right, he was. Barton in a street fight just last week. And now entering another one alongside his brother and tag team partner, the Saint of War, Dominic De Niro, the Bushwick Beast, Chris Barton. This will be their third shot at the Invictus Tag Championships, and it will happen in a New York street fight.
But again, every time we thought that Milk Chocolate's title reign was in danger, they come out on top.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this all started a couple of months ago when Fight or Die won a tag team gauntlet to become the #1 contenders for the Invictus Tag Team Championship. At the very next show, they then faced off against Milk Chocolate and came away with a loss under auspicious circumstances, thanks to the interference by Pretty Boy Smooth. Then at the following Invictus event, we had a triple threat tag match for the Invictus Tag Team Championship involving the faceless one, who would never pin.
Wait, I'm sorry to cut you off, but why is Randy Summers dressed like he's about to enter a boardroom?
I don't ask questions that I don't want the answers to out. And I feel that might be one of
For the introduction, introducing first, the challengers. Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, at a program by weight of 512 pounds. They are the king of the Flexorous, Chris Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, IWTV, we apologize for the slight interruption in the stream. We are back.
Hailing from the island of...
Don't worry, you did not miss a thing, IWTV faithful.
Randy Summers' wardrobe for this match knocked the feet out.
Hailing not from the Bronx, New York, at a total combined weight of 365 pounds. They are the current reigning and defending Invictus Tag Team Champions, the most succulent team in professional wrestling, the team of Randy Summers and Brandon Watts, Milk Chocolate.
Milk Chocolate, the current Invictus World Tag Team Champions. And again, as we were explaining right before the feed went down, this is the third match involving with a triple threat match with the faceless ones who were not pinned or eliminated from that gauntlet match by traditional means. And so, once again, Milk Chocolate walked away with those tag team championships. But here tonight at the Unconquered Cup at Bronxlandia, one way or another, either Milk Chocolate's going to earn those tag team.
Only man I've ever seen walk into a street fight like he's going to Wall Street.
I mean, he just might think he's on the wrong street, that's all.
Could be.
I mean, then again, this is how Long Island boys dress for a street fight. Probably comes out dressed like that to go have a fight with somebody in his front yard.
That's true. I like the Long Island accent there. Fight or die. Uh-oh, there goes the shirt.
And, well, yeah. $5,000 Armani shirt, wrong place to wear it, brother.
Not in the Bronx. And this is a street fight, folks. No rules. The only rule is do whatever it takes to win. And you hear the faithful here in the Bronx chanting fight or die. De Niro now. Ooh, what a chop. Heard that one back here at our makeshift commentary position. The first time you and I are not working at a desk.
This is very true. Though these stools are comfortable.
They are. And wait, fans getting involved. That might be a lawsuit somewhere. Another fan, and this is the most interactive wrestling event we've ever been to, Pete. Meanwhile, Randy Summers getting beaten to a pulp in the ring by Chris Barton.
Listen, Milk Chocolate said yes to this match at the end of the day. They knew, they had to know what they were getting into.
They did not have to take this match. If Fight or Die can't win the titles after this one, you got to think that they've got to go to the back of the line.
Huge forearm shot by Barton and a beautiful suplex by De Niro.
Oh, and a splash.
Splash by Barton into a cover. 1, 2, kick out by Randy Summers. You hear I have never heard a Bronx crowd this vocally for people from Brooklyn.
Well, it's either them or the boys from Long Island. At least Brooklyn people have things in common with people in the Bronx.
This is very true.
Long Island, they get all the parking in the world, no alternate sides.
They think they're better than you.
Oh, yeah.
And they think they know it.
And they tell you Long Island is the bagel capital of New York, according to them.
It's not.
According to them.
No.
On a low blow, Randy Summers.
Guys from Long Island think they're God gift to wrestling. They're a generational talent. Things like that, you know?
Yep, the salt of the earth. We could go on and on and on.
Kind of mid, I think, in my opinion.
Wait, and a chair's come into play. Brandon Watts cracked the back.
And that just bent that chair. Look at how bent that chair is after being smashed across the back of Chris Barton.
And Chris Barton is no stranger to bent chairs as of late. If you know, you know.
And Summers with some newfound aggression here.
Well, there goes the Wall Street attire.
The Saint of War trying to take on both members of Milk Chocolate by himself.
Randy Summers for added pressure.
Listen, I don't care how dangerous and how insane and how reckless Dinero can be. At the end of the day, 2-on-1 is still 2-on-1.
Absolutely. And don't forget to join the conversation, folks. Hashtag Unconquered Cup on Twitter and social media. And share with us your thoughts on the show as it goes on live here on IWTV.
Remember this match, a New York street fight for the Invictus Tag Team Championships. We've already figured out who the final four is going to be to fight for the Invictus Grand Championship. It will be Darius Carter, Ken Broadway, T.J. Crawford,
and Jay Bougie.
Of
all people.
We still have coming up Lucas Chase versus PJ Savage, Clara Carreras versus Shay McCoy, a scramble match as well, and the finals of the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament. Summers to the outside takes out Barton.
Place your bets now, people, before they lock the parlay.
Hashtag everything but bougie.
Yeah, I know we're supposed to be unbiased here, Pete, but I do not want Bougie to win that.
No, I think if Bougie were to win the Invictus Grand Championship, it'd probably be one of the worst things to happen to Invictus Wrestling ever.
I agree. And wait a minute, Randy Summers with another chair from out under the ring. And that chair is already bent.
Listen, that looks like a chair from Madison Square Garden circa WWF days.
1973. Randy Summers is planting the chair, and they're sitting down. What in the heck are they doing? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they're gonna pose. Maybe they should stay on the team known as Fight or Die, because when they fight, you die.
Well, right now, Fight or Die is not in a great position to be killing anybody. Right now, they are getting the ones being killed in this street fight, as Milk Chocolate strongly in advantage, and we never thought that'd be the case. We never thought we'd be saying Milk Chocolate in advantage, having the advantage over Fight or Die in a street fight of all places.
Nope. And look at this, Dinero, his back just got worn out by that chair. And it's all legal, folks. All referee Crystal can do is count three. No rules to enforce.
That's literally all she's there for, is to count the three.
Randy Summers jaw-jacking. Barton tried to get in the ring, got stomped on the fingers. But Dinero kicked out at one. He's defiant. He's not going to go down easy.
Dinero's got that.
Oh, my God. And Brandon Watts grinding his heel into
that'll grind your groin.
Yep, right into the groin area of Dominic Dinero. And it's all legal, folks.
Like you said, all of it is legal here. Dinero once again trying to fight back. Barton still on the outside after taking a beating. Oh, wait a minute. You just saw what I think I saw.
Barton's getting up. Or at least attempting to.
Chocolate doing everything that they can to keep Barton out of this match, out of the ring. They want to focus their offense and their attack on Dominic De Niro.
And the fans here in Bronxlandia firmly behind Fight or Die, as you can hear.
And the way it's going right now, they need all that support from the Bronxlandia faithful. Again, I have never heard this many people in the Bronx be positive about people from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn people and Bronx people are two totally different worlds in the same city.
For one day only, we like people from Brooklyn.
One day only. One day only, folks. Wait a minute. Barton now. He's back in the ring on his feet.
And Barton single-handedly taking out both members of Milk Chocolate. He's got Summers going for a ride. And now, Watts in a very perilous position.
Oh my goodness! Innovative offense by Chris
Like a Senton DVD. Cover, 2 count.
Only a 2. Barton's in control for Fight or Die right now.
And this is what Milk Chocolate wanted to avoid. Here's here, choke slam onto Summers. Catches Brandon Watts in this replay here in a DVD type position. And lands one of the most innovative maneuvers. A Senton DVD almost. And now Barton looking under the ring for God knows what.
Well, there is a Home Depot not too far from here. Oh, it's a door. Barton's got hold of a door.
Well, Barton does not have a great history with doors in the last couple of weeks.
But the fans here in Bronxlandia have seen that door, and all of a sudden, they've become like, wait a minute, Brandon Watts grabbed it. He's pushing the door out of the ring, or at least trying to. But he can't match strength with Chris Barton.
The crowd here at Bronxlandia firmly behind the door. And now Barton setting this up in the corner.
And the Bushwick Beast, he's got something dastardly on his mind. Wait a minute. It could be over for Brandon Watts. Randy Summers. Barton doesn't know.
There goes Randy. Oh, Randy with something thrown in the eyes.
Was that salt?
No, I think that was chocolate powder.
Well, I've known Barton to enjoy chocolate powder. I don't even know where you get chocolate powder from. Maybe the bodega down the street.
I don't know, but it's Milk Chocolate. So Summers trying to turn Barton over.
And he does.
Here, 2. Kick out by Barton.
Well, let's see the replay.
That chocolate powder thrown into the eyes of Barton, blinding him for a split second. That double underhook facebuster, a.k.a. the pedigree.
And here we go. Action is slowed down here just a little bit.
At least the door hasn't been broken yet.
That's true.
Please save the doors.
It's becoming an epidemic.
Yes. Yes.
Wait a minute. Randy Summers tying the feet. He's got a bungee cable, it looks like, tying the feet of Chris Barton.
And he's got a hook on it, trying to keep Barton tied here.
Referee Crystal trying to admonish Summers, but again, it's a street fight. It's all legal. And he's got another bungee cord.
I think he's trying to tie Barton either to the ropes or to the... Yes, he's trying to tie him. He's trying to tie him to the turnbuckles here.
Somebody call Bob Vila. This is looking like an episode of Home Improvement. Barton's all trapped up.
Barton, both legs tied to the bottom turnbuckle.
I mean, and Barton probably can unhook himself, but it would probably take some time. And in the amount of time it would take, De Niro's probably going to receive some punishment here. Wait, De Niro, he telegraphed Summers.
Drop kick DDT, taking out both members of Milk Chocolate. De Niro, he's going to have to fight on his own for a while. Will the Saint of War have what it takes?
Oh no, there's that patented submission. He's going to choke Brandon Watts out with his own arm.
The Red Rum! The Red Rumble!
Kicked right in the face.
And all of the momentum, all of that adrenaline, you see it draining away from Dominic De Niro. That momentary fight that he had.
And Barton, like a caged animal, can do nothing but lay there and watch.
Both of his legs tied and hooked with a double bungee cord to that bottom rope. The Saint of War fighting off both members of Milk Chocolate. It is a 2-on-1 assault right now.
And here we go. Oh, look, they're dragging him away.
Cover 2, and a kick out by De Niro.
And this crowd here at Bronxlandia continuing to chant fight or die.
You said it when they came out, Al. It's not just a name. It is something that they live. They will fight or they will die. And they are fighting through all the odds here at Bronxlandia at the Unconquered Cup.
Wait, and what is that in Randy Summers' hand?
I have no idea.
It looks like a key. Wait, no, that's a lighter. That is a lighter, folks. We might see some fire here in the Bronx. And you know, once upon a time, the Bronx was burning, Pete.
And we hope it's not going to do that again here tonight.
That's a... I don't know if we can say on air what he's smoking.
But he's smoking something he's not supposed to be smoking.
But he just lit a fat one, and it is legal here in New York City. And he's passing it around to the left-hand side. Brandon Watts and Randy Summers sharing a doobie.
And Randy Summers says he's got an idea.
What is he going to do? Wait, no, don't tell me he's going to put that out on it. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do it.
Threatening to put it out on De Niro.
Put it out on his forehead. Wait, that just woke De Niro up. Momentarily, anyway.
De Niro's going to have a burn mark on his forehead, courtesy of Milk Chocolate.
What a waste of some good herbage, huh? And wait a minute. Barton's being assisted by the ringside photographer in getting out of that contraption.
And that could be the worst news that Milk Chocolate gets here today.
Brandon Watts up to the top.
And Barton, I get Barton lying in wait, trying to catch Milk Chocolate off guard. He looked at the crowd and said, "Don't say anything." He's untied, and Milk Chocolate doesn't know it. Huge frog splash by Watts, covered by Summers. 1, 2.
And Barton is loose.
The beast is loose.
And you hear the repeated chants of fight or die, Pete.
And Summers and Watts now fully aware of what has transpired, fully aware that the Bushwick Beast is free and on a freaking rampage.
And the chant of Barton's gonna kill you.
Yeah, now Milk Chocolate trying to make peace.
Barton said, hit me. And they kicked it. Look at Barton rolls right back up. And another one. Barton getting right back up. He wants more. It's like Oliver Twist.
Listen, you were there, Alphonse, where he trained. He trained under Kono, Grim Reaper, some of the hardest hitters, and they would just lay it in and say, get up, kid. Come on, take another. Get up, kid. Come on, take another. And Barton is used to taking that punishment.
Agreed. Like Oliver Twist once said, please, sir, may I have some more?
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Milk Chocolate, though, in control. The door has come down. Wait, there's a chair being thrown in the ring. That one came from past the barricade. Randy Summers is in the crowd, it looks like.
Watts went for a cover on Barton to no avail. Randy Summers walking through our crowd here at Bronxlandia.
First time ever in this venue for wrestling.
It looks like to me that he went and spoke to Alex over there in the back of the crowd, said something around the lines of, we're the tag team champions, why do we have to deal with this?
Well, they did choose to deal with it. What's he going to do with that chair and that door?
Setting up the door, I guess trying to set it up between the ropes and the chair.
What type of contraption is this?
I don't know, but somebody's going to get hurt real bad.
Somebody's about to find out. On a clothesline.
Took the head off of Randy Summers. And now it's just Brandon Watts in the ring against Fight or Die. And Barton is licking his chops. De Niro licking his chops. They are looking at Brandon Watts like the final fatality on a field of war.
Run, Brandon, run if you know what's good for you. Wow. I can't repeat what the crowd's saying, but
you can hear it on IWTV. I think you know the definition.
Brandon Watts getting treated like one.
Right now, big elbow to the back of the head of Brandon Watts. And Chris Barton bringing another chair into the ring.
I wonder what they're going to do.
I just don't want to be a part of it.
Neither do I.
I don't want to know nothing about it. I don't want it. Plausible deniability. I don't want to know nothing.
We'll sit here and call it, but we don't want any parts of it.
None of it. I don't want to be near it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know about it. Nothing.
And Brandon Watts, he's out.
Oh, he's going to be out. He's going to be out in a minute.
Oh, no.
Double knees from the top.
Right through the door. That might be it.
Okay, seal. This has got to be it.
Wait, and why not cover him there? What a submission!
A double red rum! A double red rum! And that's it! We've got new tag team champions! Invictus have new tag team champions!
New tag team champions! History has been made!
Here are your winners, and new Invictus Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Fight or Die!
Finally, Pete, the historic reign of Milk Chocolate as Invictus Tag Team Champions comes to an end.
They were the first ever Invictus Tag Team Champions, having won the Tag Team title tournament to become the inaugural. But as everything has a beginning, everything must also have an end. And the end of the reign of Milk Chocolate comes at the hands of Fight or Die here at Bronxlandia at the Unconquered Cup. The third time was the charm. And a double red rum around the waist of the Beast and the Saint of War.
And how fitting is it, Pete, that in a place where Dominic De Niro and Chris Martin cut their teeth in the Bronx, that they end the reign of Milk Chocolate and start their own tag title reign.
For the second time in his history, Dominic De Niro carries gold in the Bronx. He was the last man to be recognized as the heavyweight champion of the world in the Bronx, and now is able to say that he is Invictus Tag Team Champion, and he won it here in the Bronx.
And this crowd here in Bronxlandia, you hear it, IWTV, they broke out with a "You Deserve It" chant. Wow, Milk Chocolate, what a phenomenal reign. But like you said, Pete, all things must come to an end.
And now the reign of Fight or Die begins. Here at Invictus, the question has to be asked, though, Fonz. Who steps up next? Who is going to have what it takes to step up to fight or die?
It's a good question. I don't even think Fight or Die is thinking about that right now. It took them 3 tries, but they finally got it on try number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your Invictus Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Fight or Die. And I know I'm supposed to remain impartial, but I'm proud of these guys. They're like family.
So am I, so very proud of De Niro and Martin winning these Invictus Tag Team Champions. They have fought so hard to put that gold around their waist, and now they get the chance to say they are the champions. But with the championships comes the target, and now the target is squarely on the back of Fight or Die. You won them, now you've got to defend them. No love lost for the former champions, Milk Chocolate, here in the Bronx. All right, ladies and gentlemen on IWTV, we will be right back after a short intermission. Here at Invictus, we will be back to Bronxlandia with the second half of the Unconquered Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from intermission. And folks, before we resume the action, just want to give a quick shout out right now and a huge thank you to Bronxlandia for hosting us here this afternoon. You all here in attendance and at home can follow them on social media, because Bronxlandia is their number one goal is to bring entertainment back to the Boogie Down Bronx.
And what a night of entertainment it is here at the Unconquered Cup.
With the following contest, and it is a 6-pack scramble match, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Invictus Unconquered Cup, the second half. And we are setting up for a 6-pack scramble here.
Introducing competitor number 1, last seen surfing the Uptown 6 train, weighing in at 155 sticks of butter. He is the true superhero,
Mantequilla, the House of Glory Cruiserweight Champion. Here at the Invictus 6-pack scramble here in the Bronx. And Alphonse, we go way, way back in the Bronx. Mighty Monte, the man known as Mantequilla, once cut his chops here in the Bronx.
Several blocks away, in the same building many of us did.
6-pack scramble to start the second half.
Not to mention, we got a special guest at the commentary.
I'm trying to avoid it, Al, for good reason.
He's sitting right here.
Hailing from Hoboken, New Jersey, weighing in at 135 pounds,
since he got the baseball off his head, he's just been going full tilt.
Look, Peter, since you're not going to do it, I am. I am the straight dog, Robert Martin, and I am also on commentary. Suck it, Peter, okay? I'm here for a reason. I got a mouth. I can talk.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are joined by the man formerly known as the Poison Youth, the stray dog, Robert Martin, who got eliminated in the first round of the Invictus Grand Championship tournament. How's that feel, Martin?
Yeah, winning's not a normal thing for me, Peter. But TJ Crawford, an amazing effort, and he was the better man tonight, but he's not going to be next time. But here we go. Here's Nolo Katana.
Does he have a real sword?
From the village, hidden in the concrete, weighing in at 165 pounds, he is the Ghetto Samurai, Nolo Katana.
And you see that stare down between Nolo Katana and Montequilla. These two men will do war in December in House of Glory for that Cruiserweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, over at House of Glory, these two men, former friends turned bitter enemies. Nolo Katana was supposed to get a shot at that Cruiserweight Championship, but unfortunately, Montequilla had a severe ankle injury, kept him from competing, and Nolo just couldn't take no for an answer, attacked his former best friend, the mighty Monte. Now these two men will finally face off for that Cruiserweight Championship at House of Glory, but tonight, both of these men in the ring as part of this six-pack scramble.
Kevin, get out of there, man.
I wouldn't want to be enemies with a guy who walks around with a sword. Just saying.
This is early pickings for both men, honestly, because they're getting a feel. Well, they obviously know each other, but they're going to see what it's like to be directly in competition if they do get their hands on each other's in this match.
Ready for war, Joe. Introducing competitor number 4. Hailing from right around the corner, weighing in at 3,440 ounces of Coquito. He is Abuela's favorite wrestler. And he is the prince of chocolate style, Matt Awesome.
Matt Awesome's gotta be the hometown favorite from right around the block.
Literally 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
Have you been around the corner? It's not a good place at nighttime.
It's not a good place in daytime either.
Why do you think we're here at what? It's like 3 o'clock? Jesus.
I know that music all too. That can't be Edwin Diaz. It's Jared Diaz.
Introducing competitor number 5. Hailing from the Bronx, New York, weighing in at 181 pounds. He is the closer, Jared Diaz.
The Bodega Boy himself, Jared Diaz, for the second time in 2 weeks, wrestling in his hometown.
He owes City Field some royalties.
Six-pack challenge here at Invictus Pro Wrestling. And, you know, scrambles have a tendency to get a little out of control.
Drink more water.
This is Nikolai White.
And introducing the 6th and final competitor, hailing from Harlem, New York.
Represent!
Weighing in at 175 pounds, he is the Renaissance Nikolai White.
Harlem World, Nikolai White. While we walk into the ring,
We've now met the second of all of 5 people from Harlem.
Gotta represent.
the Renaissance, Nikolai White, the final entrant into the six-pack scramble, along with Matt Awesome, Weber Hatfield, Montequilla, Nolo Catano, and Jarrett Diaz. And Nikolai White, the obvious height advantage in this, which you also got to think, look where Matt Awesome just went. Right to the side of Jarrett Diaz. These two gentlemen, formerly a tag team known as the Uptown Boys.
Like I said, this is a test. Who's your dark horse, Peter? Who's the guy you think's going to win this?
Well, I gotta go with Monte. Monte's got the most experience out of any of the men in the ring. He's been around for a very, very long time. And he's a freaking superhero.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have those around here. I don't know if you've heard. There's a guy named Peter Parker. Pretty cool guy, lives up in Manhattan.
The bell has rung. The Uptown Boys, Matt Awesome and Jared Diaz, both in the ring. Monte arguing with Weber. I think Weber thinks this is some kind of trios match. Very adept at wrestling in the trio style is Weber Hatfield.
Yeah. We have a team up by Matt Awesome and Jarrett Diaz, the Bodega Boy, the closer. Oh, double shoulder tackle. Big up, step up, Enziguri.
And Weber, you see, arguing with referee Nick Shin, why aren't you breaking this up? Why aren't you employing a 5 count? He really thinks this is a trios match.
Nolo Catano is chilling on the outside. Oh, wait a second.
It's every man for himself here. And
here's Weber. And look, my pick, I love Montequilla, but my pick for sure is Nikolai White. He is, if he gets his act together, if he gets that focus in this match, he's definitely going to win it. And we have some type of dispute, some type of argument.
Monte telling Weber this is not a tag match. We are not on the same team. Weber came in for a double team maneuver.
Leapfrogs here, rolls back, big tiger roll over. And Nikolai White strips Montequilla.
Wow, and he just brushed Montequilla off.
Yeah, but that's the thing, when you're working with this many different opponents in the ring, your head's got to be on a swivel at all times. You never know where the next person's going to come from.
Beautiful Tijeras there. Look, Weber is not only trained classically, but he's trained in every single style of professional wrestling. He's been trained by the best. Oh my God, shotgun drop kick.
And Weber is now being trained by the floor on how to recover the pieces of his chest that just got shot in New Jersey.
And Nolo Catano now going at it with Nikolai White with a reversal.
Oh wait, ducks it.
Nolo knew it was coming.
Atomic drop, kick to the leg. Oh, twisting Enziguri there.
Well, I guess Nikolai White's got to go back and drink more water.
You gotta get Nikolai White, again, height advantage against everyone, but you see Nolo just that quiet confidence.
And here's the thing, I've been in these type of matches.
Boy.
Oh, here we go.
These two.
I'll leave my input for later, because this is serious. Two former tag team partners. Two former men. HOG, wait, no! And both Jarrett Diaz and Matt Awesome.
Now this is a true tag team right here. The Uptown Boys, these two have stuck together through thick and thin no matter what.
And as I was going to say, you know, I've been in these type of matches, and especially, this is not elimination.
Now one fall to the
oh God, he just chopped him in the back, you asshole.
With the chancla.
There's no friends in these types of matches. Forearm party, Jesus. Big uppercut by Matt Awesome.
I spoke too soon. These two men couldn't keep it together.
No, oh! Drop kick to the head. Nikolai White, oh my God!
What in the world was that? He jumped off the second row.
Unreal. I wrestled him back at Violence and Suffering, and it was one of the best matches I've ever had. This kid is unbelievable. Oh my God!
Why does this look like the scene of a multi-car accident on the Bruckner?
Weber Hatfield back in the ring.
Oh!
Beautiful maneuver onto Monte, but no, not able to roll into a cover here.
This is a human demolition derby, and as we're seeing on our replay, watch this. Matt Awesome with the big uppercut. Nolo out of nowhere with the Suzuki-esque drop kick to the face, single leg drop kick.
But then Nikolai here with this incredible maneuver jumps off the top rope
to the back of the head as, wait a second, uppercuts galore. Everybody fighting on the outside. Wait a second, overhead belly to belly.
Weber Hatfield, never the biggest guy in the fight, but always the biggest heart.
Monkey flip. Oh, Jarrett tried to land on his feet. Big kick there. And look, that wasn't even that hard of a kick, but because of his size, something like that. Wait a second.
Jarrett Tope suicide over the top rope.
The closer closing out every single person on the outside.
That is a quick way to get rid of all the other competitors.
God, wait a second. Weber Hatfield. Oh my God.
Goodness gracious.
Weber taking out everybody.
And what a way to come back from intermission, huh?
Watch this. Weber, again, the smallest guy in the match, out of nowhere, steps up on the top rope, human demolition derby, car crash, whatever you want to call it, and now it's Nolo and Weber here, and rakes the eyes. Hey, there's no rules in this type of match. Oh my God!
Spinning backbreaker and then right into what I thought would have been a short arm clothesline, but it looked like a short Pele kick.
Oh my God!
To the Bronx! Floors, Nolo Katano cover, 1, 2!
Oh my goodness.
Broken up by Monte.
Huge forearm there. Hold on. Oh! Stun Dog Millionaire. Wait a second. La Tequila. Code Red in the middle of the ring. 2. Oh, that chocolate to the back.
Pete, you ever been hit with a chancla?
More times than I'd like to remember.
It's not fun.
Many more times than I'd like to remember. And that was the least of my worries.
We usually block those things out of our memory. Oh my, did he just, in the face?
Got him on the chest. Uh-oh.
You gotta put the chocolate down after that. Come on. Oh God.
And these two, shot for shot, palm strike for chocolate strike.
Well, Abuela's gotta be happy. Into the back of the head.
Matt Awesome down to a knee here. Monte's got the chancla.
Oh, no. Don't tell me he's going to whoop Matt Awesome.
He's going to whoop him.
Nolo is stalking him right behind. He's got the chancla. Oh, missed! Blue missed!
The go to sleep. Blue missed.
Oh, and
Matt Awesome is on La La Land right now.
Knee to the head, springboard clothesline. Oh my God, dumps Nolo on his head. Weber
doesn't notify that Weber's behind.
Oh!
Meteora and then some.
I've done my, oh my God, Shining Wizard. Cover.
This might be it for Weber Hatfield.
Oh!
Only a 2.
That blue miss, there's black, there's blue, there's orange, there's green, but blue miss knocks you out.
Rob, are you impressed?
How can I not be? I can't do half of this shit, man. Oh, he got caught him in midair. Forearm. I did that to him in our match.
Setting him up here.
Oh,
the Alkaline 88. Alkaline 88.
It's
right
over.
Across the knee.
Good night. 1, 2, 3. You can count to 100. And what did I say, Peter? My pick one.
Winner, Nikolai.
I am justified in picking a damn superhero.
They do things just a little bit different in Harlem, New York, and Nikolai White just proved it.
I guess you could say that.
Pete, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is Nikolai White's first win in Invictus.
Yeah, very much is. In the six-pack scramble here in the Unconquered Cup.
He just went against a lot of competitors, especially one of note, the HOG Cruiserweight Champion, and won.
Wow.
And again, what a way to kick off the second half of Invictus's Unconquered Cup. We still have women's action with Clara Carreras going one-on-one against Shay McCoy. We have Lucas Chase one-on-one against the Climb for the Cloud briefcase holder, PJ Savage. And when it's all said and done, we will crown the first ever Invictus Grand Champion in a four-way match in our main event when Darius Carter, Ken Broadway, TJ Crawford, and of all people, Jay Bougie.
Unbelievable.
Go into that match. Four-way action to crown the first ever Invictus Grand Champion here tonight.
And don't forget, folks, join the conversation on social media. Hashtag Unconquered Cup.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys still having a good time so far tonight? Then our next contest is a women's match. And it is scheduled for one fall.
Shay McCoy to wear an Eagles jacket into the middle of New York, Alphonse.
She's very bold because there's a lot of New York Giants fans out here. They don't like the Eagles.
Now, Shay McCoy initially was preparing to face Vicious Vicky, but that match changed, unfortunately, due to factors outside of Invictus' management control. But what a replacement she's got to go up against here tonight.
Going up against La Chica.
And introducing her opponent, hailing from Riverside, California, she is La Chica Clara
As the chords of Shannon once again play through the halls of the Bronx, it's like the early 90s all over again.
Yes, it is.
La Chica Clara Carreras, who has been seen formerly on Invictus programming when we did our joint event with Test of Strength Wrestling.
As the bell sounds, that was at United We Fight 2. I want to give a hello to our friends up at Test of Strength in Connecticut.
Shay McCoy has been in Invictus action before. In fact, Shay McCoy alongside Weber Hadfield were part of the Invictus Tag Team Title Tournament
many moons ago.
And the depth of this women's division here at Invictus Wrestling. This is no longer the Vicious Ones division. This is now the division of the ephemeral queen,
Edith Surreal. Who you got to think is got to be somewhere watching this match. Her potential next contender could be in this match.
Oh, Shay just took down Clara with that boot. And Shay just flattening Clara in the corner there. And a little bit of a power disadvantage here for Clara Carreras. Shay McCoy with a much more of a power game, but Clara with that agility cover. 1, 2, and a kick out.
Clara Carreras, of course, a favorite amongst the Invictus faithful. Of course, that energy she comes out here with is very, 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 what's the word?
Infectious.
Infectious, there you go.
And speaking again of the IWTV audience, no strangers to Clara Carreras, who has competed multiple times so we do very much apologize. We are in the midst of Clara Carreras versus Shay McCoy here at the Invictus Unconquered Cup live at Bronxlandia. A historic venue here in the middle of Hunts Point, the Bronx.
And this is a historic day for wrestling here in the Bronx. First ever wrestling event to take place in Bronxlandia. Ooh, and La Chica in a bad way.
Straddled up against the top rope there. Man, woman, or otherwise, not a good position to be in.
Never is. What are we going to see here?
Shay going for some kind of electric chair, modified widow's peak almost.
And Clara Carreras came right down face first.
Covered by McCoy.
Oh no, that's a 2 count.
A 2 count.
It looked like a near 3. And the crowd letting Shay McCoy hear it.
Somebody rang the bell a little early there.
Wonder who it could have been. We got to fire that timekeeper.
Hashtag fire the timekeeper.
Hashtag Unconquered Cup. Join the conversation, social media.
Match is still ongoing. That was only a 2 count. Ladies and gentlemen watching on IWTV, as La Chica taking the offensive attack to Shay McCoy. Beautiful cannonball into the corner there.
Oh, what a DDT. Only a 2 count that time, and Clara Carreras visibly frustrated here.
She thought that was going to definitely be the it for her. Shay with vicious shots to the chest of Clara. Clara telling her, bring me more, bring it on, girl. Oh, a vicious kick. That kick went right through the chest.
As you can see on the replay, Clara Carreras now caught on that middle rope as we get back to live action and what Shay McCoy got in store.
Shay McCoy looked like she's setting Clara up for something. I thought she was trying to set her up on the top rope.
Oh, that looked like a Death Valley driver.
Variation of a DVD there, covered by Shay. And only a 2 once again.
Clara finding the wherewithal to kick out. And the crowd letting her know that it was 2. The timekeeper didn't ring the bell that time.
Clara getting picked up by Shay. Shay might be going for another one. Looks like she may be setting up for another DVD.
Nope, Clara slips out and escapes. Up, wheelbarrow.
But Shay, the power, caught her and planted her face first there. Turns over, this has got to be it. Cover 1, 2.
And still a 2 count. And you can see visibly frustrated is Shay McCoy. I mean, I'd be visibly frustrated too if I had to come
the
from
crowd
Philadelphia.
reminding her that is only a 2. And that is just pissing Shay McCoy off more and more.
She's coming with the mount, picking Clara up now. What does she have in store? No, I thought it was going.
Setting Clara up on the top rope there.
And here we go.
Like you said, I thought it was going to be a Northern Lights suplex as well.
We thought it was going for Northern Lights, and now these two ladies battling in the high rent district.
Never a good place to be for either competitor.
Oh, Shay McCoy landed right on that tailbone.
And Clara going up top, it looks like. She has been known to fly before. setting up for that frog splash like the legendary Eddie Guerrero.
Here is your winner, Clara Cabrera.
17 years to the day. 17 years ago, we lost one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever in the history of this business, in Eddie Guerrero. And today in Bronxlandia, Clara Carreras picks up a victory at the Unconquered Cup with a frog splash straight out of Eddie's playbook.
And look at the hang time as we go to the replay, Pete. The hang time on that frog splash, Eddie definitely would be proud. And there you see some sportswomanship. You love to see it.
And again, the depth of this Invictus women's division continues to grow. The question, though, has to be asked, who will be the next challenger for Edith Surreal's Invictus Women's Championship?
I think Clara Carreras just made a good case for herself to be the next challenger to the Invictus Women's Championship. And like I said earlier, you know Edith Surreal has to be somewhere watching this match. What a great showing by Clara Carreras. Still to come, first ever grand champion, 4 men, Jay Bougie, who we don't want to win that match.
No, snuck his way into that match as only Jay Bougie could.
Darius Carter, the All-Father.
Ken Broadway and T.J. Crawford.
How does Ryan Peterson get a graphic?
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues with the following contest, and it is scheduled for one fall.
A trainee of Dustin Rhodes.
And while he may have been announced from Connecticut, well known that the Cure is from the Bronx originally. Before last week, he never wrestled in his home borough of the Bronx. Second time in 2 weeks, he's been able to do that now in his career.
All I hear right now is a bunch of Bronx inbred morons asking for the funeral of a goddamn lifetime.
Oh, wow.
Because here's the dish, baby. I'm going to give you an exclusive scoop that all you idiot internet Twitter finger nerds out here in the Bronx will know. That, at the end of this match, the only thing Savage is going to be the reality check for your black hole of charisma takeover leader, the bull crap clout case holder of PJ Savage, because he's stepping into the ring with the AEW Dark MVP. He's stepping into the ring with the man himself. He is stepping into the ring.
Good Lord. This is as New York gets.
Cut this piece of shit music. Cut this piece of shit music. You shut it up. No.
PJ Savage took a trip to my closet and pulled the Timbs out.
And the 8-ball jacket.
You see,
I didn't know there was a VIM around here.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's appropriate because I am the cure for you, but the only cure and vaccination for the filth of the Bronx is another 80s crack pandemic. That's what you people deserve.
Oh, my.
That's what you people will get.
And they've come, and PJ Savage has come out here drinking 40s. Face has got 2 40s taped to his hands. You can't make this up.
Oh, a little out for the homies, why don't you? And Savage.
The bell has not sounded yet. And now here we go. PJ Savage dressed for a street fight.
This is not a street fight. This is a by-the-books singles match, one-on-one. How the hell did Face tape 2 40s to his hands?
I have no clue.
Because you know someone had to tape the other hand.
I think he might have had PJ tape him. But nonetheless, the only thing that was missing from PJ Savage's entrance was a bacon, egg, and cheese wrapped in aluminum foil with salt, pepper, and ketchup in a black bag with some napkins.
That's what I had earlier. I told you, you can't come to the Bronx without a bacon, egg, and cheese.
That is absolutely correct.
Savage got on the black sweatpants. Oh, and Savage just flew.
I haven't seen anybody wrestle in Tim's since JTG did it. And look at the 40 that he's drinking as we see the replay. PJ Savage flew in Tim's.
Savage with that running start takes off and just floors Lucas Chase.
Lucas Chase in a bad way. He had a lot of bad things to say about the Bronx before this match. So I'm pretty sure the faithful here in Bronxlandia would love to see nothing more than Lucas Chase get his mouth shut today.
But it's interesting because, like I said earlier, Lucas Chase is originally from the Bronx.
That is correct.
So it's very interesting to see why he would badmouth the Bronx. He's from here.
Well, there's a reason he left.
He's from Bathgate Avenue.
Well, there's a reason he left. Savage. Oh, he missed. That was his patented boot. Oof, and a hard right hand.
That Savage knee, he went for it and he missed. That knee collided with the turnbuckle.
When's the last time you ever saw PJ Savage miss the Savage knee?
It is very rare. Few and far between. Savage now on the outside with Chase.
Oh, those two exchanging some heavy blows.
Lucas Chase made his debut on Invictus Programming at United We Fight 2, our second joint event with Test of Strength Wrestling in Ridgefield Park, when him and his tag team partner, Danny Miles, went up against the tag team of Gabriel Sky and Alec Price. Sorry, not Gabe Sky and Alec Price. No, yes, it was.
It was. Where they came out victorious.
I do apologize. I get my Gabe Sky matches mixed up.
You and I both sometimes.
Lucas Chase just last night up in Connecticut.
Oh, he took a shot at Face, and I hope he didn't spill any of the beer. Now wait, now Face
wants to get involved, but again, the ref keep in order. This is a one-on-one match.
As you were saying last night, Lucas Chase
went one-on-one against AEW star Jay Lethal up in Connecticut.
What was the result of that match, may I ask?
Jay Lethal victorious with a lethal injection.
A lethal injection for the cure. Has a pretty ring to it. Oh, what a super kick. And that super kick has to hurt a little bit more because he's getting hit with the end of a Tim.
I didn't know you could kick in Tims.
Neither did I. I could barely walk in these.
Tims are heavy. If you've never worn Tims are heavy. Okay, that's why people who wear Tims, you barely see them lift their feet off the floor, because Tims are heavy.
Oh, I thought it was just not the crease to Tims. I've been walking all wrong then. Lucas Chase in control, but he's got to stop jaw-jacking the crowd. Of course, PJ Savage, the climb for the clout briefcase holder.
And you got to wonder how that changes things now with tonight, with the Invictus Grand Championship now being crowned.
Previously, that briefcase was for a shot at the social media championship. Does it apply to the Grand Championship?
I believe it does. Last I checked, it's for any championship at Invictus. So the question is, could PJ Savage now be going after the Grand Championship? Does he go after the social media championship?
That's a good question. Only PJ Savage will have those answers. PJ revving up now in the corner, and Lucas Chase moved out of the way. Lucas Chase now, neck breaker of gigantic proportions.
Straight out of the playbook of his trainer right there, Dustin Rhodes.
Lucas Chase earlier said that he was the AEW Dark MVP. I didn't know they gave out MVP awards in AEW Dark.
Listen, I don't know. They haven't brought me on AEW Dark yet, so I don't know. Maybe they do give out MVP awards. I don't know.
Could be in the back.
With that picture-perfect neck breaker straight out of the playbook of his trainer, Dustin Rhodes. Listen, Lucas Chase is one of those guys where he talks a big game, he's brash, he's all these different things, but he can back it up. He's one of these guys that can back up exactly what he talks.
That is true. And as he's going to work now, elbows right into the traps of PJ Savage, and that'll hurt any man.
Now firmly in control of Lucas Chase with the knee into the back. That low cervical spine of PJ Savage, wrenching back on the neck, causing even more tension and pain in those lower C vertebrae of PJ Savage.
How much of a disadvantage do you think it was for PJ Savage to come out here drinking 40s with face and pandering to the people, and now he's on the receiving end of a Lucas Chase wear down?
I mean, we're in the Bronx. You can't blame the guy.
Well, that is true. Here's PJ Savage now with a big clothesline. And another one taking down Lucas Chase.
Savage not in the ring many times with men who can equal his size, his power, his speed, but definitely in the ring against one now. And in the ring with a man with a very high ring IQ.
Very true.
Oh, big atomic drop there. Bit of a basement drop kick covered by Lucas Chase. 1, 2.
And you gotta think PJ Savage is in a disadvantage in this match because he's also not dressed to wrestle. Came out here like he was going to the store. Oh wow, Lucas Chase slapped the taste out of his mouth. Off the ropes now, into maybe a sleeper hold.
And he got it locked in there.
And PJ.
There's that power of the Savage one. And a big standing clothesline there. And again, Savage puts so much power in those strikes, he doesn't have to get a running start.
Nope.
And a drop kick in Tim's.
Which has got to hurt. Oh, he's taking a little shot of the 40. He missed the Savage knee earlier, but he got it now.
Connected this time.
And the people here in Bronxlandia shouting one more time.
You gotta give the people what they want.
Absolutely. Wait, no, PJ looked like he's signaling and he's going to the top. PJ usually doesn't fly. I've never known a Savage to fly.
And not a good thing to start experimenting with now. Savage up top.
Lucas Chase got up with the quickness, cuts off PJ. PJ took just a little bit too much time.
Again, this is not something that Savage is known to do, go up top, so it took him a while to get situated.
And what a frog splash off that middle rope!
The momentum of which dropped Savage out of the pinning situation. Had he been able to pin Chase directly after, he wouldn't be wasting the precious seconds that he's wasting now to crawl over to Lucas. Cover on Chase, 2, and a kick out by Lucas at 2 7/8. And you gotta wonder, had PJ not had to waste the time that he wasted,
who knows? The outcome could have been different. PJ now.
PJ setting up again in the corner.
Wow, and a big spinebuster-like maneuver by Lucas Chase. And a German suplex.
And not many men can get Savage off his feet like that.
That could be all she wrote.
Cover, 2. Kick out by PJ. And the look of shock on Lucas Chase's face. Check here again on the replay. Savage went for something, looked like a splash in the corner and got caught with a spine buster. That suplex, he wasted no energy on that suplex, Alphonse.
No energy whatsoever. And this crowd chanting in the middle. Lucas Chase, he just slapped PJ. These two trading blows now. Oh, and the blows are coming in heavy-handed.
Vicious shots by both men.
A boot. And a super kick.
But I don't think he caught the mark there. He landed a little low with that super kick.
But I mean, when you get booted with a pair of Timbs, that's going to hurt. And both men go down with a boot.
Double boot. Both men are down in the middle of the ring. Both of these men are down. The first one to get up may have the advantage.
Well, no, they didn't even have to get up. PJ's a sharpshooter from a grounded position. I've never seen that before.
PJ hooked his leg inside of Lucas's and rolled over into a sharpshooter.
And that was excellently executed, wouldn't you say, Pete?
That perfectly was.
And Lucas Chase.
And he is just wrenching back. He is in a seated position. And you have to think, as big of a competitor as Savage is, and oh,
wait, small package.
2, kick out. Now let's say with the extra weight that Savage has.
Discus lariat miss. And a knee that caught Lucas Chase right in the jaw.
And that right there was all it took.
Here's your winner, PJ Savage.
I don't think Face has anything left in those 40 bottles to celebrate. Well, let's go to the replay. Out of the small package, Pete. Lucas Chase charges in. And
Savage goes for a high knee.
The discus lariat missed, and the knee right to the jaw. As PJ Savage's youngest child in the ring with him. class in the ring. But Lucas Chase, he brought the fight to PJ Savage, but at the end of the day, PJ Savage remains your clout for the climb for the clout briefcase holder.
And now you gotta wonder, where and when is PJ gonna cash that climb for the clout briefcase in? Because before, it was just for the social media championship. But now with the crowning of an Invictus Grand Champion, you gotta wonder, who is PJ gonna cash in on and when?
Will he even cash it in tonight?
What are we doing?
Well, Pete, main event time next. 4 men, 1 championship for the first ever champion.
The first ever Invictus Grand Champion will be crowned here tonight. At the end of this main event, we will have a brand new champion here at Invictus, and it will be a grand champion. But Alphonse, we do know that that grand champion won't be one person in particular. The person joining us once again for commentary, the Stray Dog, and the man who will not be the Invictus Grand Champion, Robert Martin. Welcome back, Rob.
Yes.
You haven't changed out your gear or anything.
I don't give a...
Well,
you're just hanging out, happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Welcome back to the table, Rob. Pete, you better stop before you get choked out or something. I hate to see it.
I just called TJ Crawford to help me out.
Listen, Pete, I can help you out with a lot of things, but getting beat up by Rob Martyr, I can't. But as we await the 4 entrants into our Grand Championship match.
Martyr, I gotta ask you, okay, listen, you went one-on-one against Crawford earlier, obviously. Crawford moved on to this 4-way match. All that bias aside, having been in the ring with Crawford, of the 4 men that are in this match, Jay Bougie, Darius Carter, Ken Broadway, TJ Crawford, who do you think has the biggest advantage? Who do you think is going to win and walk away the grand champion of Invictus?
I would say Darius Carter. As good as Gabriel Sky did in the first round match that he had with Darius Carter, I would say Darius is the most fresh. I wrestled TJ and I saw him limping after our match. I don't know what happened. I don't know what he did. I didn't target his knee for that reason, but...
Well, folks, the Nick Shin is in the ring with Ryan Peterson. We'll send it to Ryan Peterson to unveil the design of the Invictus Pro Wrestling Grand Championship.
And here they are.
Nobody has seen what that belt looks like.
Before we go into our main event this evening, first of all, again, thank you guys so much for coming out this afternoon. You guys have been fire all damn night. And for all of you watching at home, we thank you for tuning into Invictus Pro Wrestling as always. And another huge thank you to Bronxlandia for hosting us this afternoon. Make sure to follow them on all social media accounts because their number one goal is to bring entertainment back to the Boogie Down Bronx. Now, for those that have been following our social media accounts and also been paying attention all night, it's a historic night for Invictus Pro Wrestling because we're coronating a brand new championship. And that is the granddaddy of them all, no pun intended. It is the Invictus Pro Wrestling Grand Championship. And right now, we're going to showcase publicly what this beautiful belt is all about.
That's a large briefcase, Pete.
It's a very large briefcase.
What a championship design that is. That's a doozy.
Wow, look at that beautiful thing. Wow.
Gorgeous title.
No expenses spared by the bosses here at Invictus for that championship.
Something to be proud of. Something to be proud of holding.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do have one final question to ask you all. Who's got Ty Rowan
title will be around the waist of one of four men at the end of this match. Darius Carter, Ken Broadway, TJ Crawford, or Jay Boucher.
Ryan Peterson asked that question one more time. He may not have a voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Boogie Down Bronx and live on IWTV, this is your main event. And it is the finals of the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament, contested in a fatal four-way match, which is scheduled for one fall, where the winner will be crowned the inaugural Invictus Grand Champion. He's the competitor number one, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 170 pounds. He is the Silver Sniper, TJ Crawford.
Robert Barter, let me ask you something. Does it upset you to see TJ Crawford in this position and not you?
Of course. I want to be there. I want to win the Grand Championship. But look, TJ Crawford spent over a year rehabilitating, thinking about his career, thinking about what's coming next. And at the end of the day, he beat me fair and square, so I guess it's worth it. But you could argue that this man is potentially the MVP for this match.
Ken Broadway set to make his way to the ring.
Introducing competitor number two, hailing from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 225 pounds. This is
Ken Broadway, the shining star of New York professional wrestling. He has been the guy, the stamp of this state.
And what would it be, Alphonse Stevens, for Ken Broadway to win the Invictus Grand Championship here in the Bronx, the home, the long-time home of his long-time best friend and tag team partner, the dearly departed Matt Travis.
R.I.P. Ken Broadway must be feeling all the pressure on the inside. And somewhere upstairs, you know that Matt Travis is looking down on Ken Broadway.
This is that moment. Travis, Matty always spoke about him and Ken winning gold all around the world. If it ain't you, it's going to be me. If it ain't me, it's going to be you. Well, tonight, Matty, Broadway's got that chance to walk out as the Invictus Grand Champion. You know, Peter, what a love story, what a fantasy story that would be. But you can't argue with numbers. And Darius Carter has been, by the numbers, the most effective professional wrestler to be from New Jersey, wherever you may be in this area. He has been the MVP of the tri-state area. And nothing says that more.
Weighing in at 206 pounds, he is the 2022 CWA Super 8 winner. He is Wrestling Rich's Prize, Mr. Darius Carter.
As I was saying, nothing says that more, Robert Martin. Carter, than that medal hanging around his neck. The medal that signifies him as the winner of the 2022 ECWA Super 8 tournament, the most prestigious tournament in East Coast professional wrestling. Names like Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, amongst the names that have competed for the ECWA Super 8 tournament. And this man, Darius Carter, has added his name to the list of winners. The question is he going to add his name as the first ever Invictus Grand Champion?
Well, he has the advantage in this match. He's the precious man. He wrestled on the first match tonight.
And here's the thing, like I said, you cannot argue with numbers. This guy is the most experienced man in this match. He's gone against men like Drew Gulak. He's gone against Davey Richards. He's gone against Sami Callihan. He's gone against the best in professional wrestling. And Darius Carter, for one, in my opinion, is hard, very, very hard to root against.
And the man who none of us want to win, getting ready to make his way into the ring.
Jay Bougie did not enter this tournament by regular means.
Hailing from Kingsbridge, Bronx, New York, weighing in at 175 pounds. He is really real in real life, and is the real king of New York, Jay Bougie.
The real king of New York, he says.
Talk about a heat magnet. Jay Bougie, you know there's a lot of guys in this business that say they don't care about other people's opinions. They say they don't care about the fans. They say they don't care about anyone. And that's a bunch of malarkey, because Jay Bougie really could not give a single F on what anybody in this building thinks about him. Did you just say malarkey? I have a good vocabulary, Peter.
I haven't heard that word since English class.
I'm educated. Get educated. Malarkey. Malarkey. Wow.
And of course, Jay Bougie, the only man in this match who has come out here with an entourage. You know, I used to really think highly of Tahir James until today.
Look, it's not bad to have a crew with you. And for a type of guy like Jay Bougie is, that a man that everyone hates and a man that everyone gets their hands on, I would bring it on.
Well, he brings the hate himself. He brings it to him.
They call a guy like Jay Bougie a street menace. Can you imagine the emotion, the moment, if Jay Bougie somehow pulls it off and sticks it against every single person in Invictus, the management, the wrestlers, the fans, would you imagine if Jay Bougie won the Grand Champion?
I don't want to imagine it. That's the thing.
We'd definitely be a turd company, as he likes to call it, if he won that
Jay
belt.
Bougie attacked Anthony Gamble, who was selected as the mystery opponent to face Big Game Leroy in the first round.
He's not wearing gear.
Big Game Leroy then challenged Bougie, and Bougie told Alex, the owner of Invictus, make the match.
He's going straight after
And you can hear this crowd here in Bronxlandia chanting Bougie sucks over and over and over.
The world's hated, a mastermind, a moneymaker, and a man coming for vengeance. These are the four men's stories colliding in this match. Jay Bougie squared up to Ken Broadway. Similar and Marion. Oh my God! He just flattened TJ Crawford.
But look who got out of the ring immediately. Look who's just surveying the field.
Darius Carter picking his spots.
And here's the thing. There's a reason why Darius Carter has been able to wrestle for as long as he did. He works smart. He works hard, but he works smarter than everything. Oh God. Savate kick there.
Ken Broadway in the ring.
Whoa!
And look, Shayla getting involved early.
Big drop kick to Ken Broadway, right in the mouth.
It pays dividends. It pays dividends having everybody out there. Look at what you see Darius. I'll wait.
We might have a riot on our hands.
Crawford pulling Bougie out. That's a place Bougie don't want to be in, the sights of Crawford.
I don't know if you saw, but I saw Darius Carter kind of approving what Jay Bougie was doing. Schoolboy here.
Well, of course, because Darius Carter is one of the most underhanded people you'll ever meet.
And he hit this on me earlier. Watch. He's going to come follow up the big boot. And he got him. No, wait.
Ken Broadway with an uppercut of his own.
Big clothesline over
And now look at Darius sneaking into the ring behind Broadway. Went for the roll-up cover there.
Wait a second.
Darius Carter
taking his time.
Looking to get his 22nd, that's right, 22nd championship.
Talk about prestigious.
He wins here tonight and becomes the Invictus Grand Champion, it'll be the 22nd championship of Darius Carter's career.
That's a lot of championships.
And look, a lot of championships for a guy who can't seem to get off the East Coast because everybody's scared to bring him in.
Well, here's the thing. I remember a few years ago as a young boy seeing the Crusade for Change and how they were destroying Beyond Wrestling. And now we're here a few years later as Darius Carter is in a, like you said, 26 world champion.
This will be, if he wins tonight, will be
oh my God! 26, Jesus Christ! Moonsault, I think he might have tore something. Darius Carter, big drop kick, you don't see that often. Vertical leap into the drop kick by Darius Carter.
Darius Carter has the ring IQ and acumen to go one-on-one with any one of the men in this ring.
He's a ring general, for lack of a better term.
And like I was saying, now that he's here in this match, he is such a veteran. He is such a mind of professional wrestling. Nobody outside of the East Coast gives him credit, but we know here that he is a true veteran. And look, he's shaking hands with Jay Bougie. I know it. A villain recognizes a villain. Oh, wait a second.
Well, Broadway going after both of them.
Temporary alliance forming between Bougie and Darius Carter.
But you know Darius is going to use this as long as he needs to.
And you can hear the chants of Bougie sucks. If I was Darius Carter, I wouldn't trust Jay Bougie. And if I was Jay Bougie, I wouldn't trust Darius Carter.
Oh my God. He's going to break Ken Broadway's arm. And he should. That's what he should do. Oh my God, he might have snapped it.
The hyperextension. And Darius Carter mocking Ken Broadway.
I mean, look. Think about it like this. Darius Carter and Jay Bougie working on Ken Broadway. This is the smartest strategy. And who else is going to fight these two?
But at what point does it end? Because at the end of the day, there can only be one champion. There can only be one winner. It can't be Bougie and Darius. It's going to have to be Bougie or Darius.
And here's TJ Crawford throwing rights and lefts. Oh!
And he was cut off by Darius Carter.
Oh my God, he just double stopped him in the back of the head. Elbow drop. This is a mugging. This reminds me of the gangsters in Smoky Mountain Wrestling just destroying everybody in the ring.
And could you imagine what a real alliance between Darius and Bougie, the havoc that could wreak on independent wrestling?
I don't even want to give it a thought.
TJ Crawford,
oh look at this,
and Ken Broadway are both down. Both men are in brutal pain. This is an alliance I never thought I'd see, but I gotta say I might be loving it.
Broadway going after Bougie, but again, the advantage is to Bougie and Darius right now.
You got two completely different mindset, ignorance and intelligence, and you have them both clashing here, both being a great team, both being a force to be reckoned with, and they're just destroying. This is practically a tag team match at this point.
But again, there can only be one winner. There can only be one champion. At what point will this alliance come to an end? But the bigger question, who's going to end it first? Who turns on who first, Alphonse?
That's a great question. I think Darius turns on Bougie first, only because Bougie has a numbers game on the outside. And as Robert Martyr so eloquently put it, this temporary alliance between Bougie and Darius Carter is intelligence meeting ignorance, for lack of a better term. And Jay Bougie isn't the intelligent one.
I disagree. Bougie Bougie has been probably the most intelligent one all night long.
The way he wasn't even scheduled to be in this tournament. He wasn't even on the roster as of 2 p.m. today.
Here's the thing. You have all thanks to give Leroy that, because he's the one that let him have a match, and now he's in this match.
You got to think, Leroy could have taken the bye, went on to this match. Alex, the owner of Invictus, could have just said, you know what? You can say whatever you want. I'm not putting you in this tournament. I'm not giving you what you want. If it wasn't for Alex saying yes, Bougie would have never been in. If it wasn't for Leroy saying fight me, Leroy would have never, Bougie would have never been in. This could have been stopped on many, many different levels, and it was a failure by multiple people.
That's very true.
And if you see the work in the ring now, Darius Carter practically snapped the ankle of Ken Broadway. Ken Broadway is a vegetable at this point. He can't move. Every time he tries to get up, Darius Carter and Jay Bougie put him down. Every single time. This is an alliance that's smart. Like you said, it's got to end at some point. Who's going to turn on who? Because it's had to happen. Or option C, this is something they've had all along. This is something that they've been planning all along. Maybe this was the plan beforehand.
It could have been in the works all along. Who knows?
With a devious mind like Darius Carter, who knows what type of plan he might have come up with.
No, but too many moving parts there to plan for Bougie to attack him. You didn't know who the mystery man was going to be. You didn't know what was going to happen. You then have to wonder, is Alex going to say yes? Is Alex going to say no? Can Bougie beat whoever it is he has to face? Too many moving parts. Darius never bets on something that isn't a sure thing.
Yeah, or something he cannot control.
Oh my God, he's trying to steal it. Look, watch. Double suplex on TJ Crawford. Slams him down. Darius smartly tries to steal it behind Bougie's back. This is what a villain does. Man, oh my God. I'm so impressed. It's
well, they're talking it out. They're getting along.
They're working on, and look at the smirk on.
You knew it was going to happen. The devious snake that is Darius Carter was going to use Bougie for as long as he needed to get what he wanted.
Double suplex. Oh my God, drops him. Wait a second. Stunner. Oh my God.
To stun.
Kick to the head to Bougie. Wait a second.
Stun by Crawford.
Big deadlift Saito suplex by Ken Broadway. TJ coming back. Spins through. Oh my God. Butterfly suplex.
Now Carter and Bougie are down. And it's Crawford and Broadway with the advantage.
I wouldn't go after each other, guys. What are you guys doing? What are they doing? They just got spent the past 10 minutes, 15 minutes getting their ass handed to it, and now they're fighting each other?
I mean, it is every man for himself here.
And look, exactly what happens. Exactly what happens right there. Bougie and Darius Carter back together, fighting again.
Again, there can only be one winner. Only one of these men will be able to walk out the Invictus Grand Champion.
TJ coming back with the combo, goes the line. Wait a second. Oh!
Nice Pele kick by Jay Bougie, and that stunned TJ Crawford.
Butterfly, wait a second.
He did this earlier to you, Martyr.
And my head's still spinning. Big boot by Darius Carter.
Night to TJ Crawford. Broadway's in the ring now.
Broadway's got him up. Oh my God. Oh my God. The beating that Ken Broadway just took.
We have yet to have a real official pin attempt in this match. There has not been a single count in this match.
There has not.
Aside from Darius Carter trying to steal it behind Bougie's back, but you're right. There hasn't been any attempt for a pin. There hasn't been any type of trying to win this match. Again, this is all every man for himself. It's not elimination. It's one fall goes, and every single man in this match, I assume that Darius and Bougie are still working together. We have an all-out brawl in the middle of the ring. Down goes TJ, forearm by Darius Carter. Every man stumbling. Oh my God.
Carter right now the only man with a real tag to Broadway and Crawford. Bougie struggling to get to his feet.
Darius has a different type of viciousness to him. Look at, he's just brutalizing TJ Crawford.
And gentlemen, haven't you realized there is yet to be a single offensive maneuver from either Jay Bougie to Darius Carter or vice versa?
They haven't touched each other once in this match.
Will that strategy be upheld for the entirety of the match?
And
At some point, they're going to have to.
Top rope. Pushes him off, and look at the packed house we have at Invictus. This is what Invictus Wrestling brings. Wait a second, Bougie with the crossbody. Broadway rolls through. Hold on a second. He's got him up.
Broadway rolls through.
Oh! Michinoku driver. 1, 2. Oh, Bougie kicks out.
Kick out at 2, the first pin attempt of the match. Ken Broadway takes it to a 2 count. Comes that close to becoming the Invictus Grand Champion.
And look at here, Broxlandia, everyone here at Invictus Pro Wrestling giving the appreciation needed because this is one hell of a match.
Broadway rolled through that cross-body attempt.
Look at that perfect Michinoku driver. TJ just got clocked in the head. Wait a second, he just bumped TJ out of the ring. Darius has got him up on his shoulders. Finlay roll.
Cover. 1, 2.
Oh my God.
Only a 2 count.
That Finlay roll there.
And I don't know if you guys can see it, but Shayla trying to fan Jay Bougie to get him back in this match, give him some fresh air.
You know what, and this being a multi-man match, I'm surprised that Bougie's entourage has not gotten involved in this match.
Carter with one for good measure to Crawford again. Carter well-versed in multi-man matches, understands you got to incapacitate and destabilize all of your opponents. And not just who you're going after.
Jesus Christ. Enzi the back of the head. Oh, backbreaker from the middle rope. 1, 2. Oh, Bougie broke it up.
But Bougie wants to be the champion. Now he's going at it with Broadway, kicking a miss from Broadway.
Ducks a kick, pushes him off. Springboard cutter! Oh my God.
Signature Jay Bougie
His forehead planted on that mat. Super kick to the stomach, kicks him up. Wait a second, Russian leg sweep. He hit this on me earlier as well. Deja vu. My head's still spinning, man. I got a splitting headache right now. Wait a second. Oh, no.
Went through that maneuver one more time. Bougie out of it. Crawford.
Jesus Christ.
Vicious elbow.
What a bow and arrow. To the back of the head. Brain buster. TJ Crawford trying to get the fans behind him. The Silver Sniper. Super kick to the head.
And TJ Crawford looking like he wants to fly.
Oh, wait a second.
To hear James pull Jay Bougie to safety, but wait, Ken Broadway now.
Ken Broadway taking advantage. That's why you have an entourage in a match like this, especially when everybody hates you.
And it looks like Tahir and Shayla walking out to the back with Bougie.
Wait, maybe never mind. But, oh, big chops. Chop exchanges. These guys are going in.
It's like Bougie wants to get back to the match. Bougie wants to go back to the match, but Tahir and Shayla say, no, we're done. We're done. Who's the
rolling elbow to the head by Ken Broadway? Cash flow. He's got him right here. Darius Carter gets in the ring.
What was the point of Jay Bougie doing all what he did just to walk out of the match?
Carter looks like he's setting up for the royal sweep.
Oh my God, spin kick to the back of the head. They're going to team on Darius. Darius is out on his feet. Oh my God, kick to the head. Cash flow, German suplex. Darius Carter is getting the works, but I don't know if that was on purpose, but
it is Crawford and Broadway.
The two workhorses of the match. Forearm exchange.
Crawford and Broadway are all that remain. Bougie has gone to the back for some reason. God knows why.
Crawford's got to put a little bit more mustard on those forearms.
Carter is out after a double team attack.
Oh my God. Did you see that? Wait a second. Big chop again by TJ Crawford. Crawford is in it for the big time. He wants this. Smooth combination, blocks the kick. Forearm to the face. Super kick to the head. Blows his head off. Went for that kick. Went for the knee.
And got caught. TJ Crawford strikes a flippy.
Oh my God, that strike just leveled Broadway. Crawford to the corner now.
Spear to the corner. He's going to go for that stunner.
Stun. Set to stun. Catches Broadway. Now in the corner.
Spear again. Is he going to go for it again?
Might be going for it again here.
He's going to go for it again. I don't know if this is the smartest move.
Set to stun.
Oh, he caught him. Caught him. That's what I said. Oh,
tag 1, 2, 3.
We have a new champion.
We have an inaugural grand champion. And his name is Ken Broadway.
Your winner and the inaugural Invictus Grand Champion, Cashflow Ken Broadway.
Open the record books, gentlemen, because history has just been made.
Yo, Maddie, your boy just won the strap. Cashflow Ken Broadway is the inaugural Invictus Grand Champion. That beautiful suspension German suplex with the bridge for some extra mustard. And once again, Cashflow Inc. has got gold around the waist of Ken Broadway, as he is now the Invictus Grand Champion.
Look, I have to admit, that belt looks real nice on the waist of Cashflow Ken Broadway.
Ken Broadway has captured the Invictus Grand Championship here at Bronxlandia in a history-making event in this venue. Cashflow Ken Broadway writes his name as the first man to capture the Invictus Grand Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, for everyone here at Invictus, for everyone here at Bronxlandia, for Robert Murder, for Alphonse Stevens, I am the voice of a generation, Pete Rosado. We will see you next time at Invictus, and we will see you with our new Grand Champion, Ken Broadway.